Hi, everybody. Welcome to TVON. My name is Blair. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Wednesday. We're so glad you're with us tonight. We have 3 hours live from Los Angeles. Are you in the mood to shop? I hope so. We always bring every single day that we get to be with you, Wednesday through Sunday. We always get to bring some incredible pieces and hopefully a little bit of beauty and joy to the life. That is really what we're here to do. So we're going to do that tonight as we like to do, as is customary. And we've got an exceptional lineup. It is really good. You know, Wednesdays are the beginning of our week here. We don't see you on Mondays. We don't see you on Tuesdays. So we really like to do some special things for you on Wednesday to make up for the lost time of not seeing you the last 48 hours or so. So what we're going to do tonight is just that. We've got some incredible values, whether you're looking to spend a very little amount or whether you're looking for a museum piece. We make it all affordable. That is our goal and objective. And I must say, I think we meet it pretty well. And listen, if TVON can't meet it, I work my you-know-what off to do it for you because I'm in charge. We dig to do the prices. And listen, it's impossible to make jewelry affordable these days, right? So we do anyways. We just really do. I'm just all about giving you the values. We've grown accustomed to a lot of big values here on this network, so we keep them going for you. So I hope you'll be able to stay with us throughout the duration, have a little bit of excitement in pink diamonds. Actually, we've got a great pink diamond for you. It's very unusual to see. A nearly 20-point stone. That may not sound like a lot. It is when you're in the world of pink diamonds. It's one of the rarest stones we can bring you. I also have an incredible value on Morganites, which will be the look-alike to pink diamonds if you don't have pink diamond budgets, and that's really important as well. But it's a beautiful rare stone in its own right. Let's not sleep on the Morganites that we love. Then there's a ruby piece. It's a ruby and diamond link pendant. Very now, if you feel like your jewelry collection could just use a little bit of like an injection of something fresh and fabulous, we've got that for you as well, plus some Tanzanites. Listen, I really tried to bring some Tanzanites. We're in our last call on Tanzanites. We really are. It's important to get what you need in blue wing block Ds before they're gone. That's really going to be crucial here. So what I have today is I'm going to bring you some 9 carats, some 7 carats, a 5 carat. You notice the trend there. 9, 7, 5. We're going to bring you also, what is my other one? 4 carats. So I've got a few. They're all one onlys. They're really spectacular. I take that back. On the emerald cut, I actually have 2 made up. So it means they can all go out right away. But we've got both gold colors for you if you're an emerald cut fan. So we do have some last call blue wing opportunities for you, as well as I did decide to bring out the best of the aquas. So we've got our really jumbo Aquamarines, of course, all Sierra Santa Maria that we love. So we'll be seeing those. They're tremendous sizes, all just a little under 10 carats. We've got a very special, I've got a really cool green tourmaline, a very big buy on a gold quartz, and you name it, we can bring it out. You can't stump us when it comes to fine jewelry. A stone too exotic for TV. No, not around these parts. We really do excel in bringing you the exotics and making them affordable at the same time. So what better way to shop for what we love? Beautiful jewelry, something worthwhile and everlasting. And that's really what it's about. So we're actually going to, I know you're going to love how we're going to start. And by the way, Regina, I did have an Ammolite request from you in the last few minutes. I did bring out the most affordable one we have. We don't actually have that many Ammolites to choose from, so it was a pretty easy find, but we've got a beautiful one for you. So Regina, whenever you're ready, if you'll please be kind enough to give us a call so that I know you're with us. I don't like to show requests unless we know you're here because they do disappear. That's kind of the deal here. One of a kinds they go. So make sure you can call in quickly when you see something you love. And I know you're going to like this one because every time I've had this cut, any exotic, any fancy cut in the last few days, they've been going lickety-split. So let's take a look at tonight's edition, which is really special. It's amethyst, and it is going to be our fancy cut. We had this the other day in citrine. You loved it. I already checked. We can't bring out any more of these. I know with the popularity, I've turned away more people than we have made happy with these fancy cuts, but hey, we'll be happy to get this one. It's item number 1129241, and just again, a one only in the yellow gold. It will stay, which good news. I think amethyst, this is just my own personal opinion, maybe you share it, maybe you don't, but I think amethyst looks really good in yellow gold, so I'm all for it. So we've got 554 amethyst. I'm a believer in amethyst. I wear it every day, and that's really, really, really cool. So we've got that for you. It's a 554 with 8 points in diamonds. This is not as much about the diamond weight as it is about the diamonds accentuating a very fabulous cut that we don't want to take away from. And might I add, when you have a championship concave cut like this is, there's a lot of extra cutting. It's a lot of extra faceting. You know we always start with the best amethyst, but when you have a stone like this, fancy cutting can sometimes take away from the main event, which is the color. Did not happen here. You've got exquisite color despite the fancy cutting that you have all the way through. So you see, it's still giving the hallmarks of our own amethyst, which is not just purple. That's not enough. We want to see reds. We want to see blues. You get it all in this stone. That is our one only. And again, split shank leading up to that, almost kite cut of an outside perimeter to the stone, but you have that beautiful fastening within, which if you think that that's going to disappear, we'll look at it from a distance away here, as I like to show you on the hand, so you can see what that looks like as far as size goes, as far as also the way that championship cut does add an element of surprise, a little bit more of like a diamond-like property to this stone, which is already giving you super saturated colors. So how about this one? We're going to take it on down from the $49.99 should be price. And remember, we're going to size for you. Again, I can't change the gold color on this one. This one will stay in the yellow. Beautiful combination there if you ask me. And we're going to go ahead and get it sized for you, shipped to your house directly for free. Everything that we can add for free, we do. We really do. And in my pricing tonight, let me give you this little tip. In my pricing, I think you're going to see gemstones and diamonds for free. I might just ask you to pay for the gold, which I know there's a lot of racket about gold pricing. Of course, gold's expensive, but it is not nearly as pricey as the gemstones and the diamonds that we set in it. So it's still the vessel. It's the vessel which holds these amazing stones. So that is something to keep in mind. And get ready, because you're going to be saving a lot. You're going to get freebies every which way you look on this Wednesday. We want to welcome you back into our week together, show you what we can do to make things extremely, extremely affordable. And here's how we do this one amazing. I mean, it really is good. And we'll blow it out. And you know how quickly these go. Come on in early. Not going to be even $49, $39, $29. We've got one only. And we're going to make it affordable, not even to the tune of $19.99. You get a better value than that. Excited to see that here. We're ready to shop. We're ready to, again, just take a little breather today. You know, they call it hump day. We're just getting you through the week here, and really beginning of ours means exciting, exciting, exciting halfway point for you guys. So we're thrilled that you're here, and let's take it even lower than even $9.99. So see, I'm not even asking for you to pay for the gold in this instance. No, it's just about let's give all the freebies away. And those half moons wrapping around the side corners of that stone, really accentuating that fabulous, fabulous cut. We like to see that, and we're going to blow it out right now for better than even $8.99. There's one. These have been they've been very popular, these fancy cuts we've been bringing, which is why I want to start the show with it. I always like to entice you here at the beginning, give you a little incentive to be with us right at the top. And I know some of you always are and ready to go, because you know those values. So let's take it even lower. How about $888 only if you'd like to go ahead and grab that one for yourself. There is, again, only one. And when I say that, that's not just like a sales ploy. It's like, really, the truth of the matter is there is one only. So I always like to let you know that that's the case, because it is important. Now, you know what else has been popular of late? I've been bringing out the cat's eye scapolite, super exotic rare stones. We've been selling them for dirt cheap. I'm going to have another one. If you've missed out on the previous two that I've had over the last couple of weeks, we've got yet another one for you. So cat's eye scapolite lovers, we will have one. I have a gorgeous, you know what? Let's go to another fancy cut if you can handle it. Would this be too much fancy? Is there such a thing? Listen, if you're a believer that there's too much fancy, we may not all jive in this show, because we bring you a lot of beautiful fancy jewelry. But look at this. This is another championship cut. This time it's quartz counterpart. Yes, it is. We've got citrine, still Madeira, still bright and beautiful as ever here. We've got a fancy cut too. Actually 9242 is the item number here, and that'll be our $598. No diamonds, just about the gold. Designer motif at the top. That is a Greek key. Now, if you know, great motifs in jewelry, but also in fabrics and also in design, just in architecture. You know, it's not just design in jewelry and fancy, fabulous things. We see design in a lot of facets of our life. We see, I mean, if you are somebody who, you know, appreciates a great piece of real estate, a beautiful home, an estate, a villa, a, you know, resort, hotel. There's beauty and artistry everywhere we look. It doesn't have to be just in artisanal pieces that we make by hand like jewelry, but it is certainly a beauty to see those really good designs brought into jewelry, and this is one of them. Very much, they call it the Greek key. I actually think it's very synonymous with Italia. I think it's very Italian to see that design. The Greek key's up top. It is going to set east to west as it is on your reel here. So that Greek key design, going to be the length of your stone, really is a beautiful pairing with the fancier cut that you have of your Madeira citrine here as well, as we'll take a look at it. It is a gorgeous color, and again, same token of, we're talking about that color saturation. Well, the color saturation, the amethyst was true. You have the same thing here, a deep saturation in your Madeira, a really well done $598, and again, your chain's going to slip right on through that Greek key design, and it's going to be fabulous on. Speaking to that, let's make sure we see it on a distance and also on the neckline for you as well. So you can get an idea of not only how wide, but how tall it is. So you can get both kind of a feel for how it's going to look when it's on. You've got about 5/8 of an inch from top to bottom, including your decorative bail. And as far as side to side, it's going to be right at half an inch. So a little more than a half. So you've got very similar here. And then of course, east-west is happening right now. A lot in jewelry. We'll take it on over to the neckline so you can see it there, just for another, for instance, on how that's going to look. And especially to see it from this far away and still see the liveliness of those colors coming through. Very, very nice. So we'll go back to it up close and bring you a great value. A nice way to start with a fabulous citrine, something for the neckline, of course, that November birthstone, which will be here before you know it. And I bet you even if you have the biggest collection of citrine in the world, you probably don't have a stone that looks quite like that. Oh, more compliments about jewelry you've been receiving. Hey, it's true. We haven't seen you in a couple of days. Maybe you've had a couple of weekdays here to unbox your fabulous TVON pieces. Well, Brenda let me know she got her yellow gold. Oh, I remember the earrings. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, good. I know those hoops went out fast. I mean, maybe not everyone has them, but I know some of you do, like Brenda in Wisconsin. She got her fabulous. Didn't we have those? Weren't those literally on Sunday? That's some fast shipping, right? I mean, weren't they Sunday, Saturday, Sunday? Wow, that's amazing. So I know I've heard a lot of people receiving today their pear-shaped hoop earrings that I just had a couple days for you. So that's wonderful. Saturday or Sunday, I think it was, I don't know. Either way, Sunday, I think. Anyway, congrats and thank you so much for all the kind words. I'm really happy to hear that. All right, let's make this one really affordable. Not even $9.99 affordable. It's just so nice to hear because again, the process isn't over when just a piece goes and gets your name on it. That's not the end of the process. I love hearing what you think when it arrives because that's part of the I always call it the many tiers of the shopper's high because you've got the little rush you get. Like if you're a true shopper, you get a rush when you shop, right? I mean, I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one where you feel that little rush when you make that decision to actually shop a piece, whatever it may be, and then you get I get that. I actually really, really kind of like the anticipation of waiting for that piece to arrive. It's why I like to shop online because again, you've got that. It's not something you have in your hands till maybe a few days, and then you look at it, you get that little anticipation. The anticipation builds and grows, and then of course you get really excited when you have that unveiling and open that box and see your new piece. That's always exciting. So it's always nice to hear from you guys. Again, LaurenBlairTV@gmail.com if you want to reach out for anything. But I'm here for you guys 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So again, but it's lovely to hear that. So thank you, Brenda. And I know I got a lot of compliments earlier about those diamond hoops, so I'm glad you're loving them. I knew you would. And then here we are with our $5.98 no diamonds. Let's blow it out. How about $5.99 for the piece? That way you got the $5.98 stone, the $5.99 price tag, and set with all the beautiful richness of those auburn oranges, those beautiful bright yellows. And this is a very, that's the color of the season here coming up, but it does not need to be just autumnal centric. That's for sure. You can wear that all throughout the year. Nothing like a bright, beautiful, bold citrine. So there are my fancy cuts for the day. We've got the citrine pendant. The amethyst ring is still here in a different fancy cut again. Regina, if you're out there, let me know. We've got your Ammolite here ready to show you. And it's the most affordable we have. And let me know on that fancy amethyst and also this one, but this one will be gone. And it also stays in the yellow gold, a beautiful tonal complement to that citrine. And it looks like that one is gone. All right. Next up, I promised cat's eye scapolite. This has kind of taken the TVON collector's world by storm in the last few days. And very proud to say that 6428 has come out to play. It is 112-6428 with a 432 round cabochon cut scapolite that normally is actually most of the scapolites I have sold in my career over the last 2.5 decades have been a light lavender purple color. They've been a really pretty stone. They're a really pretty stone, I think, regardless. But this is so unique to see something like this where it is a, 4 karat 32 with 26 points in diamonds as well. And it's a bigger stone, so it's tricky to figure out how do you have a mounting that's going to accommodate that, because obviously not a lot of stones do. It's also a cabochon, so a 432 tends to face up a lot larger than a normal 4 karat 32, let's say, if a traditional facet was used. So you have your 432 plus the diamond weight as well, and it's 26 points in diamonds that go around it, and then even on the sides of that. So it's like a dual halo of sorts. And you've got your yellow gold, although I can change this one. So this does not have to stay in the yellow. You can go ahead and have us change it for you to the white or the rose. But this has been incredibly popular. It started just kind of on a whim one day. I had one, I mentioned it, I showed it, I thought, here's something we don't see every day. When we see let's face it, exotics every single day we're with you. We always show exotics every show. I mean, it's without fail. It's not a special event here. It is commonplace to see exotics, which is really quite interesting. But this is that stone. Brought it out one day, had a similar size stone. It was amazing how you responded to it and the need for that real exotic. And also I was pointing out that from a fashion standpoint, which some of you care, some of you don't, but if you are somebody who likes to coordinate your gems back to your clothing, back to your wardrobe, back to a certain ensemble, if that is something how you pick out, let's say, because I know some of you have probably more than one ring, right, at this point. So maybe you look into that jewelry wardrobe every single day, and depending on what you're wearing, that's how you select a gemstone to wear. Isn't that what's beautiful about gems? Yes, diamonds go with everything, gold goes with everything, but then to be able to select based on a color you love or a color you're feeling that day or whatever that the day's wardrobe requires, that's really the beauty of it, I think. So take a look. This is an unusual color for a gemstone. So not something we see a lot of options in, which I think makes it kind of fun. And you've got of course, the chatoyancy of that cat's eye, which is a phenomena. So you've got that 2 and 26 points in diamonds. Let me try it on so you're well aware of the size it's giving you, because it is a nice larger size here. And then even from, I would say, when I just have this out of the light, and I know that our lights are a little iffy today, but I will tell you right now, as I have it out of the light for a moment, it actually gleams a little brighter. It appears a little darker on camera than it does in person. Unusual. Not what you'd expect. It's got almost a peachy pink tone to it as an undertone, kind of like what I would almost say is like a plummy golden. So there's actually a translucency to it when you look through the profile, and then you can see that really dazzling cat's eye. So they've been popular. This one, again, can be changed in the gold color if you wish, and it's got that burgundy type tone. Think like some of them have been more brown oxblood color. This is definitely more of a burgundy purple, and then it has that lighter play from a distance away. We have just one, and I think, listen, part of the reason they've been so popular is not just because, hey, it's a cool stone in an unusual color, but it's the fact that it has been incredibly affordable for being so rare. It's just taken a big markdown. We've been taking markdowns on a lot of jewelry. We started a sale event a couple of months ago. It carried on, and then, quite frankly, I've made it even better. No banner needed. I call this the no banner needed sale, the no occasion needed, the no holiday needed. Just about every single day values that nobody else in the industry can touch. And I know that because if you can't make a piece of jewelry for what we sell it for, it's going to be real challenging to sell it to your consumer. And that's what we're doing. We know the manufacturing cost on every piece we build because it's built by us. So we are well aware of what they cost to make. So if we can do less than that and price it to you much less, then we're going to give you a value. There's no doubt about it. So here's what we'll do on this one. It is from $39.99 coming way down, and an exquisite value here for one caller. And again, do not sit back. And again, these values are incredible, but they are on one of a kinds. I can't name any items tonight or have more than one of any particular piece. So it is important to dial early. This is one of those one of a kinds, and we'll take it down right now, less than the price of the mounting, and the stone is what's really important. It is only $999. First caller only on that one. A rarity beyond. It really is. Scapolite in general is rare, but most of even the faceted material that's a light lavender color certainly is rare, but this has that phenomenal effect in that bigger size, so it's really what makes this so very special. All right, so $9.99 on that one. Get ready, Tanzanites. We'll see the 9, the 7, the 5. 975, think of it like 579. We go up in those, you know, those odd increments, right? But we do have we'll go the 975, and then I have a 4 as well today. So we've got really Tanzanite for every mood, every budget, every personality out there, which is awfully nice. And then one that I told you I'd try to bring back if I could. Got in touch with this designer. They were able to make us one, but I'll take it. 1128759, because I believe the scapolite's got to be gone, or maybe the amethyst, and yes, it is fabulous. Yeah. Oh, good. Hi, Regina. Does she want to see an Ammolite? You know what? Keep her on the line. I'll show it right now. We'll just give me a second. We'll show it right here. This is, now I know, Victor, she was asking for something in Ammolite in a certain, you know, wanted to be in a budget. And, well, this is going to be our Ammolite that still delivers the true beauty of an Ammolite that just make it known that not most Ammolites don't look like this. They just do not. And I've never been bringing you any of that brown material. You know, it's a fossilized shell from the prehistoric days. And let me put it this way, most of the Ammolite out there in the rest of the industry, or if you can find it even, specimens, they look like fossilized shells. They look 65 million years old. They really do. And this stone is vibrant and bright, and this will give any lightning ridge black opal, like the $20,000, $30,000 per carat types, This will give those opals a run for their money. And yet you still have that context and that historical standpoint of getting something so, so rare. It's item number 8183. Victor, there's only one other one. We have two in the inventory. The other one happens to be quite a bit larger. So with that comes a little heftier price tag. The beauty of this one is it's going to be our 1 carat 10. It's got that striped kind of rainbow effect, blues, greens, and reds. And then as you see it move on my hand, you'll notice there are a few other colors that come through where the color overlaps happen. So it's our 110 with 41 points in diamonds. This is like a, think of it like a floral halo, but it's a little bit more, I call it like the exaggerated floral, or almost like an exploded floral. From a fashion standpoint, I'm very into fashion. I design more than just jewelry, and I don't talk about it much, but I'm definitely involved in the fashion world as well, as it's just a real passion of mine. I have several passions. That's one of them. But this is where, again, we call that kind of, if it were in print in a fabric in a beautiful pattern, we call it an exploded floral. It's not like a daisy that's real, you know, obvious and overt and kind of juvenile. Instead, it's got this really sophisticated, almost floral meets leafy type of look. Lots of diamonds around it, 41 points. We just got dark Tony because it's that light. The light's not going to stay on, so we'll iris up. I know we have all kinds of hopes that one day that light will stay on. It's never going to happen. So maybe one day, if it ever like drops below, you know, if it ever gets below 80 degrees here, then yeah, maybe we got to hope for that. But in the meantime, we'll just, if it looks a little shadowy, that's why. So as we'll just see, we just open the iris, which is just a camera term for like letting a little more light go through the lens. So it just helps us out and kind of makes a little bit of an amendment for the lack of light we have, because you know what, jewelry needs to be well lit. It's not right now, so we're going to help it out. But here's 41 points in diamonds, and you can have any gold color you want, Regina. If you would rather have yellow or the rose, you're more than welcome to do that. But we have this great value here, and it's supposed to be, well, it's a $34.99 piece. There's quite a bit of gold there, and you can see the great way you're going to see a little bit of yellow come through where the red and the green meet. You're going to see a little bit of like a turquoisey blue come through where the blue and the green meet as well. So really an impressive stone here, and again, never lacking for color. You don't need to have it at a certain angle or a certain moment to really see bright, bold primary colors. I call it the land meets the sun meets the sea. Maybe that's because I'm a West Coast girl and I've spent a lot of time by the ocean and on the coast, but I will say it really has that almost like sunset off in the horizon when you're on the coastline and you've got that grassy knoll of that cliff and you're looking out past the water to the horizon, seeing that sunset. Or maybe if you're more of a morning person, I'm both. I'm a night owl and a morning person, so I don't discriminate. I'm just both. But I will tell you, sunrise, sunset, either way, there's just a really spectacular way that these colors are brought together, but that's Mother Nature. That's actually the Ammonite sea creature that lived back 65+ million years ago that actually is delivering this to us. So take a look at it. It's our carat 10. We're going to blow it out. It's not $29.99. It's not even $19. We'll blow it out for only $12.99. And I'd love her feedback, because if at all necessary, Victor, I could always go back to the drawing board. I could probably have something made for her. It'll take a couple of weeks to do that, but not a problem if it's not exactly what she's looking for. But it is that more affordable of the Ammolites that we have currently in stock. So a great chance for anyone to pick it up if you'd like to. You just have to be first on the phone lines here at $12.99. Okay, so we also have that diamond ring. I got you a little flash on that. We'll show that diamond ring. It kind of feels like a big diamond wonder ring in a way of sorts, but doesn't have to be stacked. So we'll show that. And then we've got a cat's eye that's really affordable. I did bring out a large black diamond for you. It's almost a 2 carat, have that just gigantic gold quartz. We have a big gold quartz for you. And this, look at that. Who likes my greens? Look at that. It's like a teal tourmaline. Not quite enough blue to call it indica light, but it is bright with the greens, and it's got that teal green, not really like an emerald green. It's a little bit more true teal color, like a peacock tone. So looking forward to sharing that with you. And we brought out some sapphire deals because it is September. And so what we decided to do was put together and gather some really good blue sapphires. Feedback on that one, Victor? Exactly. This mounting's very, it's kind of an eclectic acquired taste. So yeah, I was worried about that too, but I'll tell you what. So if she wants me to build something, I can. If she is willing, how is the price tag? Because I know we have another if she can go up a little more, we can always bring out the other one. It might be worth doing. I know she was looking for more affordable, but again, we're happy to bring out the other Ammolite we have if needed, just to show it. Why not? We got nothing but time tonight, so it's not a big deal. Let's take a look at this cat's eye. It's not the cat's eye scapolite. This time around, we're going cat's eye chrysoberyl, and it's 1125505, and it's a 126. So a great looking stone here with those bright, vibrant. It's like a yellow, green, golden, and then it's got the cat's eye. Now, if there's a gold lover out there, or somebody just needs a great mounting, or somebody who even is in the process of, like, if you melt gold, you might want to consider this, because this is one of those values that you do wonder, what era are we living in again? Because in 2025, this wouldn't be happening on this amount of gold. But I am making the ring $699 for one collar, and this is, I would say, speaking of textiles and fabrics and fashion, and maybe even a little more seductive than just simply a textile. This could actually be, like, this could be French lace. This could be a little bit more, this has that very feminine look to it in the mounting between the milgrain and the cutouts, the pave and the diamonds, this delicate but bold. And isn't that, see, I think lace is exactly that. If we were thinking, this reminds me of lace, if lace were done in gold and diamonds, but isn't lace kind of delicate as a fabric? Yes, as a makeup, it's very delicate, but it's also can make for a very bold statement. And so I'm a big fan, always have been. It really is, it's a favorite of mine. But I will say, this is like that same look. And the boldness here comes from the fact that, yeah, it's durable with diamonds and gold, but it's also wide. It's a wider band, as you'll see it on the hand here. It doesn't look like that flimsy little, we don't do flimsy. Flimsy is not really in our vocabulary. If you're bringing quality the way we do, you can't have flimsy little gold weights. You can't have trinkets. We're not in the, no offense to Cracker Jacks, I love them at a ball game, but we're not into like the prized jewelry pieces from, you know, the olden days of Cracker Jacks. But it really is one of those that any piece, any mounting has to be important enough and substantial enough to hold really exquisite and rare stones. And that is another example. So don't let that price fool you. $699 is just me putting it on sale for you. So then we'll get to that little kind of leafy wonder ring with the big diamonds. And then we've got, again, oh, I did bring in a new color change sphene, and it's a pendant. Good news there. If you're a little bit leery about the more delicate nature of the sphenes, I do have a pendant. Obviously, that's a very easy way to wear that stone. Look at that. Wow, that's a pretty one. So vibrant. It's got the color and the flashes, which I appreciate in a sphene, because it seems to be they tend to lean one way or the other. So I'm really digging that one. We've got the, let's get to that bit of a floral leafy-like ring here. So these are two big diamonds, two big marquee cuts. Now, some people have a little bit of a, you know, if you have an issue with marquee cuts, I will say, these two are coming together. So it really creates the design where two marquees have come together to create a very different shape. And you can see naturally the way they're coming together at that point, which then cinches down that band. And it's 1128759. Now, it's platinum. I begged, I know you've seen this before. If you've watched my show, chances are you've seen this. The problem is when we had it, it's been quick to go, and there's always been people missing out. And obviously something that we don't want to happen. It's a reality of when you deal with limited one-of-a-kinds as we do, but we never want that to happen. If I could have an unlimited quantity, let me tell you, that's one of my main wishes. You know, some people wish to like go back in time or time travel or see through walls or whatever it is, or, you know, have psychic knowledge into the future. One of my big wishes is I wish I had more jewelry to show you. I wish I had more quantity on pieces, but that's not the reality. And that's all fine and well. And I guess, you know, a lot of people would say, well, then go still sell sterling silver or basic gems that can be pumped out by a factory. When we obviously have this real affinity for the lovely exotics that we bring that are one of a kind. So when you shop for something, you know, you're not just getting cookie cutter jewelry that's pumped out by some kind of assembly line. It's all custom. So this is platinum. And I again, not our design, but that's something that we went back to the designer and said, listen, this is a hit. Any and all we can get, we'll take. And we were lucky enough to get one. So if you loved it in the past, or you're just seeing it for the first time and go, yeah, I like this. And I could still see it being worn multiple ways. And I have been trying. I saw there's like the little something, looks like something is on the band. So I'm going to try to give that a little extra scrub here. 53 points among the two diamonds. I don't have a breakdown on the diamonds individually, but I can show you what it looks like a couple of ways. So that's one way. See how there's a delicate little point to the way the marquee is set together. So it really does look almost like a leafy design that's created by those two stones coming together, or a bit even like you've got a fancy cut diamond as this asymmetrical little V shape. It's really fabulous. It's two stones. You can wear it on its own. You can flip it around. You can wear it next to something else if you want to. It is totally up to you. It's really open for a lot of ideas. I could even see it being worn as a great pinky ring or a thumb ring or something on the more unorthodox fingers that you maybe have been looking for. And my goodness, this is some very stubborn little residue from our inventory tag that is like glue. I made it better, but I got it off to the side. Let me see, did we? Nope. it's still there. So we can either scrap it, or what we can do is just rely on the fact that it just needs a really good steam cleaning at the moment. And I don't have that power out here. But I will tell you right now, what I'm going to do is this. We're going to make it only $888. So if you've been wanting that one, you can get it, because we worked really hard to get it from that designer, and able to get one more for you in those bright white diamonds that we love. And then don't forget, we still have that fancy cut amethyst. Our citrine pendant gone, but we have that fancy cut amethyst. We've got some great sapphire deals for maybe those of you that just really love the classic blue sapphire, or if you're lucky enough to have a birthday this month and you want to have your birthstone represented in its finest form. We've got a few of those. And then tansy time all throughout the show. We're going to have those big stones, 9 carats, 7 carats, 5 carats, and 4. And that will be our Tanzanite collection today. Now, for those of you that are loving the gold quartz, and there are also very few of these, we actually have no new ones coming in. Everything that we've had in the gold quartz category is already set. I'm going to start with this one on the hand because it's so sizable. Look at that. And I think you need to know that up front, because otherwise a lot of you might say that's too big for me. It's 1127789. It's our 619. And I'm talking about ring size doesn't matter. We're doing that for you. I'm talking about the overall sheer volume of gold and stone. The stone itself is a 619, but you're also getting a few points in diamonds there. It's a lot of gold. And let's not forget that it's not just limited to the gold in the mounting that's holding the stone, it's the gold in the stone. As we take it for an up-close look here and show you, there's gold throughout. Solid, pure, 24-karat gold running as a mosaic. Now, a lot of these stones that we've seen here, and I've had hundreds of them, and most of them are gone, most of them have a segment of gold. They have one corner, one little piece, one little part, one little portion, one little percentage. Here it's very different. The gold is running all the way through your stone, and it's a big stone, jumbo, one of our bigger ones we've ever had. 619, 5 points in diamonds. The diamonds are going to be north, east, south, and west. I call those the compass points. It's not the corners, it's really the sides. And then you have an additional look here where you go, more mill grain, fleur-de-lis style, almost of sorts on the sides, little split design, and that is solid yellow. This one also can be changed. I don't know if you want to, because, well, you see, pure gold is yellow. It's a very intense, now it's going to be intense yellow because it's 24 karat pure, is not alloyed. Why do we alloy? Just for the, for those that are not maybe as like a veteran in your well-versed jewelry category. This is where 24 karat gold is a little too soft. In its natural state, needs to be alloyed. It means we add a little bit of extra metal to really toughen the gold so that it's wearable for jewelry. If it's 24 karat gold, it's just basically, it's not going to melt in your hand, but it's going to be too soft. It's going to be way too scratch susceptible, and it's going to be, again, not suitable to hold your valuable diamonds and stones. So we alloy. That's where you get 14K, and then how you get 18 karat, and we don't deal in it, but 10 karat gold as well, is the more, let's just face this, the lower that number, like 10 karat, more of the other metals, whereas 24 karat would be pure. So 14 karat, about 58.5%, and then of course your 18 karat, about 75% pure gold. So gold in its form is actually really, really buttery rich color. It's how you usually, if you're really good at jewelry, you can tell what kind of gold purity you have in a piece of jewelry coming over by looking at the color, because 14 has a different color than 18, and they all have a different color than 10, and you're seeing that 24 karat gold run throughout. So the $49.99 price it's got to be is going to the wayside. We're going to change it up, switch it up, and do something grand for you, and it's only for one caller. And keep in mind how large that ring is in scale and size, how beautiful, and how really, again, it's got a little darker. Some of them are very white as far as the quartz. This has those highs and lows of a little lighter and darker color together, and we'll blow it out. It's one of our biggest values and savings in gold quartz, and we'll do it for $1,999. So $19.99, and don't forget, we've had a lot of pieces under $1,000, from amethyst to cat's eye chrysoberyl, to the diamond ring, to the fabulous cat's eye scapolite. As a matter of fact, almost everything except our request, well, everything except the request has been under $1,000. So the Ammolite's here as well. She's going to pass on that request. Did we find, Victor, the other Ammolite just for kicks? Not yet? Okay, we're still going to work on that, though? Okay. Just for fun. I mean, again, unlikely, but just to show her. It's always a good idea just to show things, because you never know if it might be the perfect piece. And I don't want to be the one making those judgments on, I think she's going to like this. Let's just let you be the judge. Show them and see what you think. But we'll get into the really fabulous color changing sphene. This is a very, very fine stone. It's actually a huge, one of our bigger ones. It's almost 3.5 carats actually. So we don't see too many, and it does need resetting. That is definitely about as crooked as it gets. So I know I'm a stickler about those things, but hopefully you appreciate that about me, because it's what, you know, makes for better jewelry. But again, I don't set the pieces, and I will tell you, I'm a real, like very, very type A about getting these stones straight. So already made a little note to our jewelers. They're going to reset that for you because the stone is not the problem. It's just the setting. It's just a little off kilter. So it's challenging for whatever reason on these squares, on the square cuts. But here's our 112-9235. It's our 18 karat gold. This is, so again, that higher purity, but it's in the white gold. So you can keep this in the white gold, and then we've got our 337. And really what the debate is, the great debate with this stone, as rare as, and as much as we respect these stones no matter what, we are, if we're sticklers, we're really looking for a brighter color green. So many of these get very, very much a kind of mossy green. They can be very dark. They can be very olive in tone, or they can be a little bit brighter true green. That's really where this one stands, given that it's one of the brighter colors we've seen in this sphene, but it's also the dynamic is always there. And that is the fact that, yes, you read about the color change, and it will. It changes from green to red, which was remarkable and crazy rare, but it's also the dispersion you get all the time. So you're not waiting to see the cool part only in one light. Only when you're in incandescent. You're always going to see the dispersion, which I argue is even more impressive than even the color change. Yes, it's great and makes it rare that you have a color change stone like that, but it's really the dispersion you're seeing 24/7. Bright light, low light. I mean, I know. I'm in a TV studio, it's low light. So again, it's a 337 Rockstar is what it is, and it's one of the rare stones you're gonna find. Take a look at it. We'll show you what we can do here on the price tag. And diamond weight, of course, is also 43 points round and baguettes together. And then, of course, that split style bail for you. Put your favorite chain with it. That's gonna be determining the length of the piece for you. On your neckline is what chain you like to put. Maybe you're gonna put your DBTY. I hope you do, because I know we have those as very, very popular because you got all that width. Look at the size of the bail. So it goes all the way from the top, all the way to the stone setting itself, and even from the side. Look at that. And again, my apologies. I'm so sad this is as crooked as it is. But again, please take my apologies with that. That is not an issue, except that it just needs to be tweaked. It doesn't even need to be reset. It just needs to be adjusted. So please don't worry about that, okay? It's like no different than how you would adjust your rear view mirror when you get in the car. But take a look at that. So again, really, really simple. Although, let me see where the button is now. It's not automated. It's just going to be done by hand. But this is going to be our 337 and 18 karat solid gold. And we have this one. Now, of course, we're going to show you the length that it gives as well, because including the bail, the whole piece is going to be right at that 3/4 inch mark. So really lovely there. And of course, something you can wear as you do your diamonds, because, well, it's giving dispersion better than diamonds. And you're seeing that on display there. And then you've got just something of a little more unique color, given that it's this bright green to start. And then you can always watch as you go into an incandescent light source, you're going to see those reds take place as well. We go back to the close-up and give you the most amazing value. That's the fun part. We get to give you the big discount, the big deal, the brand new piece, the one of a kind. And the fact that everything is pristine. The 18 karat gold, so stunning. The beauty of those, again, the diamonds twinkling, you know, I think that if you ever needed a little bit of a, a real good look at dispersion, and when we say more dispersive than diamond, I think you're seeing that on full display when you look at the center versus what's on the sides. You can see it right there. And we'll take it down below. I'm never going to get $79.99 for that. We have made a point to make these exotics since the day I debuted them. That was back in 2017. So many years ago. Think about that. That was a long time ago. I was standing right here debuting this to a worldwide audience. This was something that the whole gem community, word got out. Nobody knew this stone existed. Sphene, yes. Color change sphene, no. Nobody knew it existed until I stood here and debuted it on a Sunday afternoon. Well, it was morning. Sunday morning in 2017. It was March or April. It was right around that, whenever Easter was that year. It was that, I believe it was Easter weekend, which was even crazier, that we brought out such a big debut on a weekend when a lot of people are on the go and traveling, and we brought it out, and my goodness, it was an introduction to the world. How exciting to being the only ones who had such a stone with such a presence and such a rarity. And now, many, many, many years later, bringing it to, think about that, 8 years later, and we're delivering an even better quality than what we had then. And it's not $79, it's not even half that price at $4,000. We only have one. This is also one of the bigger stones. You don't see these very often in over 1 carat, let alone getting close to 3.5 like you have here, and it won't even be $39.99. First caller only. Let's get everything out the door here tonight. And again, if you've seen anything from earlier that you're interested in, well, give us a call now because those pieces all go by the end of the night. And we know that'll be the case tonight. It happens every single Wednesday. And let's make this $2,999. And that will be it. And that's usually a 1.5 carat size price. So you're living right tonight. But again, I am working some magic here to get these values really cranked up for you. The prices are lower, which means the values are higher, and there's just no time like the present to capture these incredible museum type pieces, and you got it going on right here. So it goes with everything. Wear it proudly. And remember, a lot of us will shy away from wearing it in a ring because it is a softer stone. You have absolutely no worries at all when it's in a pendant. You really don't have to worry about that when it's in a pendant. You really keep it as safe as possible, and you really keep it away from any of those chips or nicks or scratches because, listen, it's not a ring. Rings are out there. We're using our hands all day, every day. So rings have to be a little tougher for a lot of us to really feel comfortable wearing it every day. A sphene pendant, perfect. Perfect way to get it. Shall we show that huge tourmaline? We'll go from green to green. Both show you different greens because that is just lively. I think most people would figure you're wearing a green diamond because everyone expects diamonds to look like that, when in actuality, most diamonds don't give you anywhere near that kind of dispersion because, again, this is a higher level dispersive stone. So you just don't see anything else like it out there. So what is everyone taking from earlier? We're so proud. We've got that scapolite, that beautiful amethyst. Anything else you need to see, we're taking requests as well, able to get those out to you and get you whatever you need. But let's take a look at this. I've got the tourmaline that I previewed. Look at that. It's when it's in motion that you'll really be wowed. There is a fancy cutting to this that you just don't see very often. And what a perfect treat to have that fancier cutting with something in a deeper color like this is. 1128775 is your item number. It's brand new right now. It's also in platinum. That is called a radiant cutting, and I can't think of a better example of radiant. They're actually listing it as a baguette. You guys know baguettes are actually straight up and down faceting with a corner. This is actually a corner that is a direct right angle, but instead it's got that fancy faceting throughout. So it's a really beautiful radiant, and it's going to be a 476 in platinum, and it's a teal green. So a little bit of blue, but not enough to call it indicolite, but one of those brighter, beautiful greens we love. Of course, this is a stone that's highly included by nature, not in this case. A flawless to the actual eyes. And we've got 18 points in diamonds right beside it, just like a little bit of a bracket, if you will. It's like a little bracket, like as in punctuation, you know, not really a parentheses, but more of that bracket, ellipse. So you've got this really beautiful look with the diamonds stacked, 4 on each side, and it's going to be one only, and we got to blow it out because this is a beauty. And wait till you see this from a distance on the hand here too, because then it's going to be actually showing off some movement here. And ooh, that is a teeny little size right now, but I'm going to force it on my hand anyways because that's a big ring. That's what I love. It looks like, I don't know, video games wish they could do those kind of graphics. It's like a computer-generated graphic, but done in a gemstone with gray cutting. That's how we see that stone. Look at that. It's just, it's beautiful, and there's nothing special that I did to allow it to produce that kind of light. It just is the cutting. And when you pair it up with that light, you get a little bit of movement, you see that as the end result. So here's what we have. On a $39.99 piece, and man, is that good. That's a really good price for a 4 carat 76. Getting a stone like that under $1,000 a carat, very impressive. It's even got those tapered prongs that you have in the corners to really just kind of match the kind of facet pattern you have on the inside there. And we'll take it even lower than $2,000. I want to sell some jewelry tonight. More importantly, we want to give some away. We want you to be treated. You're so kind to be with us tonight. I mean, it means a lot to tune in to TVON and watch a little bit of us tonight, see what's on display, see if I got anything new to show you, and I do. And this is one of many new ideas that we have just for you tonight. So it's really an honor, and I mean, rewarded with price tags doesn't even cover it. It's exactly what my motivation is. Just give you some prices that are just so obvious. You don't need me to talk into anything. You know the values when you see them. You know what jewelry's going for out and about these days, and this is a major value at 19. We're going to go lower than that. And let me know who's got what. Jason, were you picking up something, or was it a customer service thing? Yeah, okay, so good to know. So we're able to help everybody out. But here's what we got. Instead of 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, we'll go even less than that. I want to move that tourmaline, and we'll make it only $1,699. That's going to be it. We got the sapphires coming up. Black diamond is here. It's a huge size, almost 2 carats. Speaking of huge diamonds, there's a 3 carat yellow. And to that I say, hey, hello yellow. We've got a really good one. You want to see a little spotlight on that? Look at this stone. That is when do you see a yellow diamond that's almost as big as a signet ring? That yellow diamond right there, that's what happens when you get 3 carats plus in an oval, no less. And we all know what ovals do. Ovals look even larger. So if you already have 3 carats, it's big. But to get an oval, that's going to give you even more of that look. Yes, please. All right, so we got that yellow diamond coming up in a little bit. $16.99 on this tourmaline. Shall we begin with our tanzanites? And we do have a gorgeous designer pendant, rubies and diamonds together in a link style, kind of like all that we're seeing right now, paper clip links, etc. All those fancy link designs you see out and about. Oh, so excited to bring you something. We've seen it before, but we're going to reduce it down in price. And then we've got a Paraiba deal and Morganite earrings. And I may even be showing you our most rare of what's left. Because you know our 1 carat pink diamonds, they're gone. They're gone. They're out in museums. Look what I brought out. Oh my, that is as close to a bubblegum pink as I've ever seen since we sold the $13,000, wasn't it the 8-pointer? That was the bubblegum pink? That is that bright, beautiful, bold color. So that's coming up later if you're very nice. If you're very, very nice. I mean, this is not the night to bring that out. But I mean, if you want a pink diamond, cushion cut square, it's got more purple than it is pink. And you know how I can prove that? Just by having you look at it. Those are pink diamonds beside it. And that's a really, again, it's that brighter pink, that purpley pink that is so rare. So that's here. And a classic that, you know, I could wear it, you could wear it, everybody could wear that ring. It's classic. It's about as classic as they come in design. Sure, let me just show you the yellow diamond up close. I'll be wearing this all night. Oh, and I wish this is when I wish I had a light to show you that true color. Beautiful bright yellow. Isn't that something? 302, 260 around it. I mean, what doesn't it have? Besides a great home, it's all done in 18 karat gold. Those are some big diamonds around it. The halo, the side diamonds, everything. That, you realize, is almost 6 carats in diamonds in 1 ring. That's a big bracelet. If you have a 7-inch bracelet, that would be major. It's a big diamond weight to get in a bracelet. This is a ring. Look at that. 3 huge diamonds on the sides, huge halo around your yellow. Just putting it out there. It's here. We got yellows. This one's going to be a little challenge here to set up for you guys. Unless it sits nicely, and it might. Okay, wait, maybe it will. This is my, believe it or not, there are 4 links here. 4 links coming together. Link at the top, that's your bail, right here. I'll try to splay that out so you can see it. Yellow, white, yellow. So there are 4 links in total because it's the links that are more rectangular, and they're brought together by rectangular links as well. So this is 112-9243. And we've only seen it once, and it's here. And listen, it was $12.99, and that was ages ago. So now we're ready to give you a value that we thought, this is too pretty to just leave in a vault. Let's bring it out. I think it's going to be that really updated style. And you notice there's little slots where right now you're going, there's a gap in the diamonds. I know what you're saying at home. You're going, look at that. There's a diamond missing. No. That's actually, it's just gravity. Gravity's working against it here because that's actually a little bit of an indentation, if you will, so that's where your link sits and stays, so that it can stay evenly. So do you see this little notch right here? Right up there. That is where your bail will be. When this is sitting vertically on the neckline, like it will when you use it, wear it, you're gonna have your beautiful rubies at the base. That's 43 points. You're gonna have diamonds at 6 points, but the links that combine it all together, those are just as rectangular squared off as the front-facing, forward-facing links you have. So what it does is you're going to have all those links magically lined up. You can see how they're actually set so that they can keep the whole piece even on the neckline. It's really well done. It's those types of design details not a lot of people think of, and then they get out of jewelry design really, really quickly because then they realize that the person who bought their design is having trouble wearing it and is annoyed by the fact that it's either off center or it's moving or it's flipping or turning or it's not sitting evenly. That's not going to happen here thanks to really just those little details. I don't know if we, is there anything else in life where you think of where like little details can make a big difference? And it's those types of details that we love to truly inject into our jewelry, and you see that here. Now again, 43 points in ruby. The diamond weight is just that other smaller link up top, so it's going to be link, 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 and link, but it's all going to face forward as far as your diamonds and your rubies. So it's a beautiful open link design, more again of that rectangular style. It's going to be 43 and 6, so 6 points in the diamonds, 43 in the rubies, all diamond cut. Rounds, yellow gold only. And what can we do to send it out? Make it very affordable. That's what I'm going to attempt to do. It was here for what, $13.99 or was it $12? $13.99. Okay, so $13.99 last time it was here. And now we get to just go ahead and freewheel it here. And this is one of those that now you're going to see it upright. How beautiful that is. When you see it here and you see the flash of those rubies, you know, not every piece needs to be big to make a statement. We talked about delicate and bold together. Two very opposite words with opposite meanings, but it can happen together. I think you're seeing much of that here. A bold design without being too bulky, without being hard to wear, a nice little gift. Oh, did I say the G word? It could be a gift. It could be. It could be a gift idea if I make it affordable enough. It's got a 1 and I would say 1 1/8 inch drop. You put your favorite chain right through that yellow gold link up top, which you see how now it's sitting right where it should. See how I'm even like moving it a lot more than you're going to move it when it's on. And yet it's keeping that link at the top, which is your bail, centered in that diamond link so that it's not falling. Because otherwise, if that wasn't there, it would do all kinds of weird things and it would sit oddly. So that's there for a purpose. And then here's what it looks like from a distance. And really, again, to see it against a skin tone, which shows off that open or that negative spaces. We like to say, just a fancy way we say open work in jewelry. And you see there how it's going to look from a distance away. Let's go back up close, bring you the big value. That's what we're all looking for tonight. A little special something. September's here. We might be thinking already about holidays. I braved the world of retail yesterday because out of necessity I had to. It was the first time I was in a retail store in a long, long time. It wasn't just a retail jewelry, certainly not. It was actually, I'm in those all the time. But it was just, again, a retail store. And man, yeah, nobody's waiting on Halloween. Saw Halloween, I saw fall makes sense. Fall makes sense to me. But boy, when you see the autumnal Thanksgiving cornucopias, at the same time you see the ghouls and the ghosts and all of that, I'm going, okay, we are definitely all, as a society, we're anxious. I think we get it. We're anxious for holiday celebrations. We're anxious for joy. We're anxious for friends. And we're anxious for seasons changing. I think that is something that a lot of us look forward to. And I'm so glad that, again, we can bring you those pieces that are not put away and enjoy for a month. I love jewelry for that reason. Jewelry's forever. I think that's great too, because even fashion, we got to put that away and bring it back out and be appropriate all the time for fashion. You know, you're not wearing flip-flops in January. Unless you're my mom, she did that once. She did that. It was February and she was in the snow and she was wearing flip-flops. She was ill-prepared. But we were on a road trip and we didn't see the big snowstorm coming, and it was flip-flops in a snowstorm. But again, she survived. So that's the California girl. But you know, she was born and raised in Chicago, so she should probably have some more sensible footwear. But I think at this point, she's lived so long on the West Coast, she's got the flip-flops or the wardrobe. But let's take a look at this. With 43 points, I can't get her in heels. I can't get her in, can't get her in boots, can't get her in tennis shoes, nothing. Just, she's the flip-flop, life of leisure girl. So that's cool, right? And if it works, it works. But this is where no season to these pieces, just about great rubies, diamonds, and a better price than $9.99. Jewelry is just fabulous that way. Don't need to ever put it away. Don't need to ever think, I'm not going to wear that now, or let's put it away and bring it out 6 months from now. Just wear it, love it, enjoy it, gift it maybe. Okay, maybe not at $9.99, but how about $8.99? How about $7.99? How about $6.99? What can we do to move a piece of solid jewelry here? Yellow gold and white gold, and that's a good call out. You got a little bit of white gold underneath the diamonds. We like to do that just so the diamonds look as pure white as they are, so you're not taking anything away from the diamonds that we so insist on being such a high quality. And it's not $6 or $5.99. Rubies, diamonds, and a lot of gold in those 4 geometric link styles, all facing forward. Great piece, again, any age. This is an ageless piece yet again. Another great option for gifting or anybody else, and we'll make it only $499. And then we got sapphires coming up. Big top of the hour is on the way. We've got huge aquamarines. I've got those tanzanites, and we have got all kinds of sapphires tonight of all different looks. We've got the bold, we've got the classics, we've got it all in sapphires. So a really big category today for us will be the September birthstone of sapphire. Looking forward to that. I love a good blue sapphire, but I'm very, very particular about sapphires, so you don't see a lot of them on my show. I admit, you don't see a lot of them because I see a lot of inky navy stones. I will not show them to you. They have to pass the test. And today we've got 5 of them that have. So we'll see some really top-notch and top-quality sapphires today. Don't forget to call me on that big 3-carat 02 yellow diamond. And we have a black diamond as well. This is the black diamond that is fancy faceting. Love that because it shows off more of your light off your black diamond surface. So we're looking forward to that as well. All right, so for my first sapphires, we're going to show you what I have 2 categories tonight. I have the traditionals and the kind of wild, the designer and the traditional. And so what I'm going to do is start with the traditionals. And I only have 2 of them that fall into that category as far as their design. The stones are going to be top-notch blues. That's all that matters. But I want to show these together because what you are looking at is center stage as far as sapphires are concerned. This is that bright royal blue that we can't seem to get enough of. And you have the option of, do you want this baguette and round setting? Do you want a little bit slightly darker, but not too dark? Because again, already told you, if it doesn't pass the test, I will not bring it to you. We're all about quality. We got enough jewelry, we can show you just quality. We don't need to even go to like the mid quality. We can just only show you the best and the brightest. So these are my traditionals. A little bit later in the show, I'm going to have the non-traditional. They're the wider bands, the sculptural designs, the really, the big, the bold, the wispy, the kind of wraparounds, all of that wider bands. So if you like, again, I think we all know what category we tend to like to shop in. If you want the more non-traditional, they're coming. If you want traditional styles, this is where you go. Let's take a look at them over here. Come on over, and we'll take a look at these royal blues. So again, you've got a carat. Let me show you because they're 1 point difference only in size, and they're both in platinum because every sapphire I have tonight is going to be in the platinum, at least for the blues. So that's the other thing to keep in mind. Now this is 127 on the right, and a let's see, 126 on the left. So yes, only 1 point difference, 127 here, and the 126 here. Diamond weights are as follows. This is going to have 34 points in diamonds. This one will be 59. So your slightly larger stone has your bigger diamond weight, both set in platinum, and now we get to blow them out. Big moment here. Great pricing. And one for the ages here when it comes to discounting and values. Please don't wait. That's what mistake a lot of people make, is waiting a little bit too long, thinking I can just call in tomorrow, I'll call in next month, I'll call in next year. And that's not going to be the way these work. These are really outstanding sapphires. So it's our platinum sapphire selection. Again, these are the classics of them. And we are going to be taking a look at what we can do here on your choice of. Just let me know. $39.99 should be. We're going to take them lower, and we are going to get these out the door. We have about 4 minutes until our second hour kicks off, and we are so excited about what's coming up at our top of the hour. There's a major value, plus that pink diamond will be here, and the tanzanites galore. We've got all kinds of tanzanites to share with you. But right now, the sapphire selection, the classics, the royal blues. A lot of talk about the royals these days. There will be more talk about the royals. There are a lot of big things happening. But this is where I know we understand that if it's good enough to be maybe the most well-known, iconic piece of at least rings in the world, and it's a gorgeous royal blue, Ceylon sapphire, everybody deserves to have one. It's just the price tags get. Have you ever looked at a sapphire in a retail store? Have you looked at a good sapphire in a retail store? There's sapphires out there. They're the navy, the dark. They almost look like onyx. They're still expensive. If it's a rare, if it's a sapphire like through and through for real, like a natural stone, they're going to be pricey. But when you start to get into really good color like what you're seeing here, it is a whole different level. And what I'm trying to do is say, let's get you a great value. I know they're $59.99 rings. Listen, I've been doing this long enough. We know what rings like that should be going for. It's our Ceylon Sapphire Duo here. These are the classics of what I have. We'll get to the crazy ones later, which have a lot of metal and a lot of design elements and all that good stuff. But right now, it's about the classics. And your choice of, I gotta do something wild. We're gonna move these 2 before the top of the hour gets here. That is a vow. It's a promise. Just let me know which one you prefer because obviously they're gonna go. And we're not gonna do even $59, $49, or $39.99. This is your moment, this is your chance, this is your opportunity. It is now or never time on these sapphires. Let me show them on. They're both in, I would say, very traditional mountings, but also very traditional sizes of mountings. I don't think that either one is too oversized, but as someone with a large hand, a very long hand, I will tell you right now, this is one that stands out. And there is look at that color. From a distance away, not even a light above, look at that. The color that's coming through on those royal blues, again, this one's slightly darker than this one. It's a personal preference there. This one, I would say it's interesting because that one is the one that's slightly smaller in size by 1 point, but it looks visually a lot bigger. I think that diameter, rather not the diameter, but the millimeter size here is going to be a little bit larger. So again, 2 options. We take a look up close and we get you better value than 39 or even 29. Just a moment here, just a really good sapphire moment where if you're so tired of looking at the 2 dark stones, the dark stones that cost still a lot of money, I say go here, go now, let us get you the best of the best. Those are 2 one-of-a-kind, so that is the ring you're getting at home. There's no other one I have. They're the other designs, but they're all gonna be all one-of-a-kinds as well. This is your choice of, do you want either? You know what about this, $1,000 to start? Well, how am I gonna do that? Well, you're going to get your choice of $1,000 to start. I mean, I'm supposed to get $29.99 on sale. It's not going to happen. So let's go $1,000 to start, and we'll go from there. And you let me know if you want to go 1,000, maybe you want to go 11, maybe you want to go 12, maybe you want to put in a $1,500 power bid, maybe you want to go 2,000. You're still saving a ton of money there. That is up to you. But what I got to do is say, I know Tony's going, what that's a wheel, or what are we auctioning the wheel? No, it's your choice of, but I'm going $1,000 to start to see which one you like. And to help you own a better price than what I think is going to be a challenge at $29.99. So it's going to be your choice of once you bid. And whatever the top bid is, we're going to, and better yet, here's what I'll do. If you're wondering what happens to the other one, I'll honor the same price. Whatever we get for one, and once that bidder chooses their favorite left or right, we're going to honor the same bid and the same price, and it's 1,000 open, on the other, the one they don't choose. Because everyone has their preference. This is too complicated? It's too complicated. All right, never mind. It's too complicated? Hold on. We'll just give us a minute here because I know we're not used to doing this, but it is the top of the hour. So let me welcome everybody to the show. Happy Wednesday to you. It's a really important time to be shopping here because I'm going to go ahead and we're really going to reward you with some values tonight. I think we do that every day, so that's probably you're hearing that going, yeah, I know you do every night. Yes, but we're going to go extra tonight because we need to do that. And so it's going to be your choice of on the sapphires. And again, you're not getting both, you're getting a choice of, but we will honor the top bid, which right now I'm looking for $1,000 to open, and then we'll go in $100 increments from there. This is obviously not scheduled because look at our graphics here. I mean, it's makeshift, it's on the fly. This is a live show, it's really happening right now. So it's, by the way, my favorite way to shop for jewelry because I think shopping from jewelry from a photograph is impossible, and I don't recommend doing it because photos are edited. I'm just putting that out there. A lot of you have said to me, I got something off a website and it looks totally different than what it did in person. Exactly. Because there is not a photo that's displayed online, whether it's a handbag, whether it's a pasta maker, whether it is a ring, it doesn't matter. Those photos online have no bearing on what you're actually going to get. And that's what makes me nervous. And I don't like returning things. I don't. I have too much going on. I don't return things. I just don't. I donate. So I'm saying right now, because I think it's just too much hassle to return things and I never recommend it. And that's why I give you really good descriptions, hopefully. And that's why I really, really, really want you to know what you're getting before you get it at home. And you know, I know it would be ideal if you were standing right here in the studio next to me and we could try it all on and we could talk about it together, but this is as best an operation as we have. But I will tell you, the TV environment, say what you will, I know everything's going online, but say what you will, there's still no place to shop quite like TV. It is an unusual medium that is going to give you an opportunity to buy jewelry where I think it's one thing, listen, it's not the end of the world if you order that black t-shirt and it's a little different than you expected. Well, it was at $17.99 and it's not a big deal. And you can either wear it or not wear it or donate it or whatever. But this is jewelry we're buying. We're asking for you to spend on really good investment jewelry. So I want you to know what you're getting and I want you to be really comfortable with the quality you're getting and I want you to know what to expect before it arrives. I don't want there to be any surprises unless you're just shocked at how darn good it looks. So do we have 1,000? Oh, we have a $1,200 bid? Out the starting gate. $1,200 caught me off guard. Sorry, $1,200 from who? My next question, Linda, is which one do you prefer? Because she's which one? The right side. So she's already thinking about the right side. So let's take a look because she has 12. She came in with a nice mini power bid here to beginning, to start, which is great. So here we are. Linda said $1,200. Yes. Thank you. Ruby and diamond pendant. Thank you. Let's talk about what we're going to do here because we got one bidder and one bidder only. And yes, this is unorthodox. And Linda has her eye on the right side. Now, whatever happens, wherever it goes, which right now could be a one and done bidder situation, which would be fascinating and which would be fabulous. And that's probably what Linda's intention was, knowing that they were supposed to be $3,000 marked down. Linda probably said, let me come in here and let's just do this quick. And let me eliminate any competition. And so far, Linda, it's working. So I admire your auction style. We're going to give it a final 2 minutes. Linda likes the one on the right. That doesn't mean you can't get the one on the right. What it means is you would need to bid and let your bid be known to us in the next 2 minutes, because in the next 2 minutes when that clock hits 0, we will sell both rings, because whatever the bid is, and no matter how low it is, which right now is under cost, just something that's just a fact, it is going to be honored on the other piece that she does not choose. So if you want the one on the right side, you got to be in. If you want the one on the left side, I would be in. Point is, you've got an option here, and they're one-of-a-kind pieces. So what you see, and they stay in platinum, but we'll size them for you. So take a look. Final call is now, 2 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and do the whatever we end at. It'll be the same price honored on the option that she does not take. Or, again, what you don't take, because you still have a chance here to outbid and win, because right now you're not winning by sitting at home, and that is really what's important here. You've got to make the phone call. You've got to dial in. So we will talk about, again, Burma ruby pendants, of course. Those are very popular. A lot of talk about those ruby pendants here going forward. We've got a great top of the hour. This wasn't officially it, but we've got a great top of the hour coming up. So it's like a 2-part top of the hour, which I'm all for. And we're going to get our last call going with that. Well, already 1:20 approaching here. So you've got about 80 seconds left to dial on in and make either of those, because right now you're bidding for the opportunity to win it, whichever one you like. And we've got a final minute remaining. We got a lot of bidders coming in. So this is your chance. Now, let me try the one on individually here, because this is the one she likes, and that's going to be, just for the record, that's 8692 for you, Jason. If she ends up taking that one, because I know that's the one she's got her eye on, that'll be the 127 with the diamond weight at 59 points. So that is, boy, that is a great looking stone. That vibrant, bright blue, I mean, it's bordering on cornflower. I would just say it's a little bit more royal than cornflower. Do we have any other bids coming in for the option to take your choice of? And then whatever we do, we honor. We are going to honor. So top bidder will get their choice. We will honor that same low bid, whatever it may be. We got 35 seconds to figure that out, but we will honor that price on whichever one is left, because obviously they're one of a kind and we want to get them both out the door. And either way, you're winning. You're winning. And even if you're thinking about, yeah. Okay, so we're just, again, $1,300 then the general bid there. $1,300 has been bid over here. $1,300 has been bid, so we're looking for $1,400 now for the opportunity to pick your favorite. We will honor the price. You are saving a bundle, and just FYI, you're still under cost. I'm just putting that out there. There is still, at $1,300 is the bid, we are still well under cost, so keep that in mind. We got more of this wildness. I don't know what we're going to do tonight. There is no script. There never is. I joked the other day about teleprompter, and someone thought I was serious. Can you imagine writing 3 hours of copy? So I started when I was in college. I was in news. I worked in news, and then I worked in sports when I was in my teenage years, like professionally, like in Los Angeles, the #2 market in the world. And I worked here in Los Angeles in sports and broadcasting. And I used to, we used to write our own copy in the news business, and we had literally, 30-minute broadcasts. And where you're only, which, out of that 12 minutes were commercials, and so, on and on. So it was very little, and then you were only on because you had another anchor, and so yeah, you only had to end up writing about a total of like 4.5 minutes of copy. And that took all day. So I can only imagine if you were writing copy for a 3-hour show with no breaks and no co-hosts. It would be wild. Do we have 1,400 over here? You're out? Well, that's the thing, guys. I'm at 13, so if you want to stay in it, it's going to take a $1,400 bid. You have 14. Now, Victor, which one are you thinking about over there? Oh, okay. Well, we have 1,400. You were first, right, Victor? Oh, I'm sorry. So you were first, and then, so I'm sorry, he's at 14. We'd have to go 15 now. Yeah, $1,500 is what we're looking for. And again, it looks like 1,500 we have. We have 15 over here. $1,500. 15, 3 bidders, all in it still. 1,500 going once. I know the clock ended, so the auction is closed. It's between these three. $1,500 going twice. This is last call. 1,500. We are. Linda's at 15 now. She started this whole thing. We got 15. Do you want to go 16, Victor? Yes or no? 1,500 once, twice, 3 times. I'm giving them a chance, but it looks like we might be done. Remember, we'll have the other one for the same price. I will honor. It doesn't sound like they're totally familiar with how an auction works. We are at 15 with Jason's bidder, so we're looking for 16. You want to go 15? No? All right. 1,500, it's sold to you. You do want the right side, just to clarify, which means this one, 8748, will be available at also $1,500. So if anybody would like to take that carat 26 with 34 points in diamonds, it's yours for $1,500. All right, so that's how that is interesting. But again, congratulations. It sounds like our lead bidder won it. Very well done. So now we've got a top of the hour to talk about. And again, that's 1128748. Why is that hanging out by itself? Because that's the one that is here. It's our carat. Does that come up as a rose and burn? It shouldn't. Hold on. 8748, 1128748 is going to be our carat 26 in platinum, 34 points in diamonds, $1,500. I will honor it. Okay, so our next special for our top of the hour here. Just wanted to give them a for instance there. It's carat 26, 34 points in diamonds. Bigger diamonds around it, some mill grain, yes, so it almost has that vintage appeal. Also, it's in platinum, as both were, and you've got the 34 points in diamond stays in the platinum. We'll size it for you. Here's what it looks like on the hand, and keep in mind that's also $1,500. Again, that's the one that's remaining from the auction, so she chose her favorite, top bidder chose their favorite. We're honoring the same price on this carat 26 right here, and that's what it looks like. So there you have it, and that's the one that has that big face to it, and that's sold as well. Congratulations. Now, our top of the hour is a fabulous pink diamond, and I'm getting to it now because I already previewed it, and there's been a lot of you saying, okay, whatever that was, that's something I need to know more about. Thank you so much. Thank you to Linda, and we'll find out who got the second sapphire option over there. But those sapphires, and again, we're going to have the non-traditional mountings. Those were what I deemed the traditional classic mountings. We're going to have some non-traditional mountings coming up that will be stones that are a tad bit smaller, just a bit. So we'll see what we can do there for you. But here we are with, I got to refocus our camera here. I came in a little closer, and every time you do that, you got to refocus. So 112, again, luckily I studied that too, so I know how to do that. But there we go. 112-9232. That's the thing. People, you know, when I went to broadcast journalism school, in other words, well, I went to a four-year college and the best one in the world. And yet, you know, there's a major called broadcast journalism, and it's one of three in the journalism school at the time. They've added some since because there was no such thing as online journalism when I started. That's how old I am. They were just starting. When I graduated, they just added online journalism to the roster of majors. But that was the point, was you'd start with, there were like 10,000 people that said, yeah, I want to be on TV. And then by the end of graduation, there were like 17 of us that graduated with degrees, because it's a really tough business. It's not about talking on TV. So you learn all those things, which has come in handy in my home shopping days. But here we go with 9232, our 17-point pink diamond that is natural. And this is more than just a pink. I think I'm doing it a disservice to just call it a pink. But just know that's on your invoice what it's going to say. But it's definitely not just a pink. But instead of typing out not just a pink, I think what we'll do is touch on the color, which is important here. It is a brighter pink. You know that pink diamonds are generally a very soft color. It's a softer color of stone. It's a pastel. It's a light, kind of like what you see in the two halos right beside the center stone. 17 points in the center, 18 points of additional pinks, and 35 points in the white diamonds. So altogether, it's in a classic style ring. But what you're also getting here is one of the preeminent, most collectible, most sought after, most high-end diamonds in the world. That's what you have there. An exclusive, a rarity, a beauty, something that we didn't have for the first couple of years of our existence. TVON was established about a decade ago, and it was years and years, I know, of me standing up here before I ever had a yellow diamond. Yellow diamonds were the first we brought. That was a bit of a moment, if you will. And again, welcome into this big Wednesday night. We're so glad you're with us tonight. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here, and thank you for entertaining us with some really incredible auction opportunities, because that was a lot of fun. We'll do more of that as we go on throughout the show. We've got big tanzanites as well, but this is the one and only pink diamond. The 102 and the 109 are gone. They are off to museums. It was actually a little bit, you know, they were a little high end for our consumers, but we had museums lined up who wanted to put them on display. So they've been since now sent out on loan to museums. So that's really important. And when they'll come back, I don't know. There's rumors that one may come back eventually. I hope it does, because I think that now, being without it, we're all going to want to take another look at that 1 carat option we had. But this is a really important stone, and 17 points. Keep in mind the 1 carats are, you know, close to 6 figures. Actually, they probably will have gone up quite a bit, because the world is rapidly changing when we talk about the pricing of fancy diamonds. And that's to be expected. Even your most basic stones, what is your most common stone in your jewelry box right now? Is it quartz? Is it amethyst? Is it maybe a low quality diamond? We all have them because chances are we've shopped for different types of jewelry throughout the decades. Whatever your most basic, low quality, inexpensive stone is, that's going up too. Gems from the natural world are decreasing every single, it's kind of like that concept of, it sounds awful, but it's like we're never going to be as young as we are right now in this moment. And that idea that every day that goes by, you are seeing a scarcity grow. There are fewer and fewer and fewer natural gems. Now, we saw that big hit when the Argyle mine closed. The big hit to the diamond industry and the fancy diamond industry was when the Argyle mine closed. Then everything changed and it went a little crazy. And we saw values, as they do, go sky high on a stone that already has been sky high for as long as it's been known about. Now we're seeing every day that goes by, and there's really been nothing to take its place. There's really been no mine that's ever held a candle to the Argyle mine OG material. And so to bring a pink, and I know we're not getting any new ones in, you got what you got, we've got here what's available, it is limited. So here to get this natural stone at nearly a 20-pointer is very substantial. And call me if you like it, because sometimes you just gotta let the jewelry go. And sometimes you got to do extreme values. I know we're all about value every single day. It makes my job a little tougher to show you how do you really improve upon a value that's so good every day. How do you, it's not normal when everything's going up to take prices further down every single day. But that's what you've asked for. That's what you're demanding. That's what you've wanted. And to that I say kudos to you, because you know how to do it and you know where to shop and you've already found the quality. So now we just need to get you the value. And even with this, this is like sitting here right now as this debut today. And it's got a price tag on the bag here of $7,999. I know that's not going to do the trick tonight. That's not going to do us any favors here. We need a better value. And if we need to take one of the most strong, saturated, bright, this is not a faint color. You know how you see in the certs, faint. It's almost in almost every pink diamond cert from the GIA that I've ever showed you here on this show, they almost always have said faint. The word faint, that is describing the color. I know this one is not GIA certified, and thank goodness, because if it was, it would be a whole different, like that price would be tripled. But that is not a faint color. There is no way, that would be the most improper description I could come up with here. This is saturated. This is high end. This is almost purple, but instead of going to that blue purple shade, that cooler tone, it's really even more important because it's maintaining the pink, but being brighter. And that's tough because you know there's really no hot pink diamonds. They don't get into the hot pink color naturally. So sometimes the rares, when you see them start to turn on that purple side, that's not what this is. This is not really purple. It's not really blue. It's just a stronger shade of pink. And I likened it to many years ago, I had a GIA certified stone here. It was called a bubblegum pink. That was on the cert. Not only was it not described as faint or light, it was actually described as a bubblegum pink, which I think we know what that looks like, a pretty bright shade. That's what I would say is more reminiscent here, is that brighter color. And it will not, we got to make that a was price. $79.99 it will not be. Watch this on the hand. It's a classic style. No doubt about it. You get it in two-tone gold. It's the rose and the white together. It is not going to be anywhere close to $79.99. Come on in. You have nothing to lose but the opportunity. And that opportunity is fleeting, and it's now. That's the problem. These are not pieces that are available an hour from now or tomorrow or the next day or the next month or the next week. This is it. It's happening live. And again, you don't have the opportunity to say, oh, well, maybe they've got 100 of those. No, I do not. If I had 100 of those, I don't know. I'd probably be doing something other than showing it on TV, because that would be a moment. That would be some kind of like Guinness Book of World Record type situation if I had 100 pink diamonds that look like that. I do not. This is happening now, and it's not $79. We're going to make that a was price. I'm going to get you a better price first caller. I honor it. It's just, it's going to go. And you've seen what's happened already in the first, like, I don't know, 77 minutes of this show. We have had incredible values. That'll carry on for the next hour and 42 minutes. Let's make it even better. It's not $79 or $69 or $59. And if you want it just for that center stone alone, if you want to pluck that center stone out, hold on to that 17-pointer and go turn around and put it in a museum with your name on the plaque, do it. If you just want to wear it every day because you can, it's still a diamond. Pink diamonds are still as durable as your white diamonds are, so wear the thing every day. Wear it and enjoy it, and just know that you're going to be getting a lot of oohs and ahs, because not a lot of people have seen, let alone owned, let alone wear a pink diamond every day of their life, and you can. You can, and I hope you will, because it's not $59.49. This is the no excuses price tag. This is the, oh, I got to save up, or oh, that's not good enough, or oh, that's out of my budget. This is the no excuse price. The everyone going to be fighting over it price is what I'm putting together for you right now, and it's not $49 or $39 or even $2,999. There are moments in time that are ones you'll never forget. This is that jewelry moment. Who wants it? $29.99? Jason, you're on something else, it sounds like. I'm going to do better. Could you keep them on the phone lines, please, and tell them not to say sold just yet? We got some competition, and realize you're getting, is it 70 points? Wow, 70 points overall in your ring. I am not going to do $29.99. Please call. You've got a little bit of competition here. Jason's got a caller already on the phone lines. They're already verifying. They see the value at $3,000. Look at that. Well, how could you not? There is $5,000 happening right now between what I should get and what I'm asking tonight, live. And that's the thing. Nothing beats live. You're seeing the piece you're actually getting. You're seeing it move. You're seeing it on my hand. You're seeing me touch it, me feel it, me put it down. This is not some photograph. This is what you're getting. This is the piece. And everything that you see there, just slowly and hypnotically going back and forth and back and forth. That, imagine that in person, at home, on your hand. And like I said, this is not a complicated mounting. This is one everybody could wear. I could give that to a 20-year-old. I could give it to a 110-year-old, and we'd all love it just the same. I'm somewhere in the middle. And you know what? Everybody would love it. It's a classic triple halo, diamonds down the sides, not even $2,599. I'll tell you right now, this is go time on the lines. That's why it's the top of the hour. It got a little late start because we were still concluding our auction that was also impromptu, but now we get to give away the pink diamond of a lifetime. And the color is everything because it is bright. That is not a squint to see it pink diamond, as so many people talk about everywhere else, where you're going, I didn't know that was a pink diamond until you told me it was a pink diamond, and now I kind of see it. No, that is screaming pink. And it's not 25 or 24 or 23, and I probably don't need to do this. We could probably leave it back where it was, and it would go in a heartbeat. Instead, it's going better because I want to show you what I mean by incredible value tonight. If you can set aside an hour and 40 minutes of your evening tonight, you are going to be treated, whether you're just a window shopper or you're a serious collector, you're going to be treated to some of the most incredible values that I've ever done. And I'm someone who's talked about jewelry on TV for over 30,000 hours. I calculated the other day because I had to do it for an interview. They were like, could you roughly tell us how many hours you've been talking about jewelry? About that many. And that doesn't include a decade prior to that talking sports and news. So here we go, guys. $23.99, $22.99, $21.99. This is seriously going to be some of the most impactful hour and 39 minutes you ever witnessed of jewelry shopping, and I implore you to stay with us because you are going to see value after value. But that is my only pink diamond. That is it. And you will not even have to spend $2,099. It's time to get on the phone lines right now. Stays as is. The only thing I need to know is your ring size that you prefer. Give me a full size, a quarter size, a half size, a three-quarter size. Tell me what size you need it in. It will be delivered to your door in the next coming days at that size you need for free. For free. You and what's going on now? There's something free about that ring. It's not even $2,000. Let's truly blow it out. It's $1,999 only. And that is going to be 60 seconds to get it. 60 seconds, it may be gone. It's just one of those values where you really, if you know your stuff, and I know so many of you do, you're here because you know jewelry inside out. You know what value looks like. You know what quality looks like. You are a non-compromising audience. You let all the other people show you what not to buy, and then you show up here when you're ready to get something special for yourself and your collection. And that is what this is, because it does not get any more rare than that right there. And $19.99 gets it to you. 30 seconds remaining. Let me know who's got it. It's a big one. Yes, we do have all the more designer exotic sapphires coming up. Like the really, really contemporary, the wider bands, they're all coming up. that, the majesty. There's a lot of pretty stones. There's a lot of rare stones. But there are only a select few, and it's not a word I use very often. But if there ever was a time and a way to properly describe, this is really the epitome of an important stone. And right now, it's an important value. We're going to be moving on in about 30 seconds here. $1,999. And let me also remind you, you have a money-back guarantee. So for those detractors out there who say, it's too good, can't be, couldn't be, it's too rare, couldn't be that good for that price. That's what a lot of people say when they haven't shopped here before, and then they first, whatever it takes, that first time they pick up that phone and say yes to something and get it at home, that's when you become a shopper for life. That's when you realize you don't need to turn anywhere else ever for your fine jewelry. And it's values like this, it's moments and opportunities like this that really define what value is all about. Take a look at it. Okay, so we'll get to our black diamond, which is sizable. We've got a carat 85 black diamond coming up. It's item number 11288618. It is now. It's a big round, and it's a fancy cut too. Facet. Oh, does it need some rhodium? Well, that's okay. I can make a little note about that. That's going to be our black diamond 11288618. And what do you think? A 186 round diamond, all faceted across the top, so it's not flat. So it's not giving you just a flat color, it's giving you prismatic shine off of an opaque stone. Because how else do you make something shine when it's opaque? How do you make it glisten? How do you make it shine? How do you make it dance? How do you make it lively? How do you make it refract? Well, that's how you do it. You give it the fancy cut where it all builds up to the center. You've got that point. It's kind of like the reverse culet. Culet's usually on the underside. That point on the underside of a stone here is where you get a bit of like a culet almost on the top. So see that from the sides? So it's all built up. It's going to be in white gold, yellow gold, or rose gold. Right now it's kind of half and half. It'll be however you want it. You say the word, we'll either make sure that that's all rhodium polished to perfection for you, or you can get in the yellow or the rose gold, and we can take that stone and transfer it on over to the same mounting in a different gold color. But let's make it really affordable for a very large diamond weight. Obviously, you're getting over 2 carats in total here, and we'll make it $1,299 for the big and the large and the black diamond that we love so much. So that'll be it on the black diamond. It's our only one of the show, by the way. And then we will see the opportunity on aquas. We got some big aquas here. Some of the just under 10 carats are really what we're going to luxuriate in tonight when it comes to our bigger aquas. We also have some really rare zircons to show you. Any requests you have, they are more than welcome. They are really encouraged and definitely emphasized here tonight. Let us know what all requests you might have. Did bring out, there are some yellow diamond drop earrings that are trillion cut yellow diamonds. They're really beautiful. We have a, if you want more exotic, like really high style, you know, everyone I think is getting on board with my idea that every gal needs a great brooch in her collection. Also it's fall, so we're starting to think about overcoats, scarves, the different accessories we wear in fashion that really ask and scream for a brooch. Let me just show you this, because this is really cute and inventive. And let me start with it on the hand here for the size and the scale, because this is our ballerina. She has been here longer than I have, okay? She has a longer tenure at TVON than I do. So I've named her Betsy the Ballerina, and she's beautiful, and she's very graceful, and she's very elegant. But she is going to be our last call, because there is a lot of gold, and we are just, the factory is tantalized at the idea of melting her down. So this is where we get to show you 1970. And again, to my point, a lot of you have reached out lately and said, I am really thinking that I'm following your lead, and I'm really thinking I might need a great brooch. Because you hear me say it all the time. I have one good brooch that, I have several, but I have one really like, just that goes with everything. One that really does work no matter what. And this is really a beautiful, let me show you, because it's also, if you're going, well, it doesn't look like a brooch because how are you holding on to her? That's the thing. It is a beautiful, versatile piece because it's a pin and a pendant. So, and we don't really call it a pendant because we've spent all these different years talking about ways to do it. But that's really where it's convertible style. This is two separate entities. You've got the bail and you've got the pin. So it really is, you know, you're not transforming it to make it one or the other. You don't have to do anything special. It's all there all the time. So whatever you're in the mood for that day, it's there. You've got the bail, so beautiful, right? There's something elegant. Now, I know. Am I talking to a professional ballerina tonight on the show? Probably not. I don't know, but probably not. I don't think you need to be a professional ballerina as your career or as a hobby on the side to wear this. There's something of a conversation piece. One of my favorite brooches we ever did was it was a race car built in gemstones. I'm literally still just really, really upset that I didn't put it aside for myself. I don't drive a race car, although I would like to one day. I like fast cars. I drive fast cars, but I don't drive a race car as my career. That doesn't mean I can't wear one as a brooch. And that's the idea, is these are called conversation pieces. These are really the epitome of conversation pieces and have a personality. And trust me, no jewelry lover, I don't think any human is going to walk by and see that on your neckline or your scarf or wherever you decide to fix it, or affix it rather. I don't think that's not going to be up for conversation and really loved. And of course it's got this, she's in motion. It looks like you've caught her mid pirouette with the way the arms are back and the legs are going. And then of course that's a Morganite, a 748 fancy got Morganite that is in the center, and then there are diamonds. And we'll show her up close as well, but I needed you to get, and I don't know why we don't have a length on it. That would be shocking. We got to show that to you. And again, wear it any way you want. But if you want that personality piece, let me get you the length here, as I like to do. So it's all 14 karat, and you're getting, look at that, it's 2.5 inches worth of gold there. 2.5 inches of solid gold, the great stone. It's got a nice size bail, pin as well. Let's take a look at it here, just so you can see the glamour of the stone, because obviously we see what she looks like from a distance, but now we got to take a good look at that stone and the diamonds and how important they are. So she's got her toe shoes on, her diamonds. She's got the skirt. It's the hem of the tutu, done in diamonds as well. And then, of course, she's sparkling. So that's going to be a new discounted price. It is one in the world. And again, this is the kind of night, bring out those really exotic, cool pieces. Why not? I'm not scared of bringing out something unique for you, something you haven't seen 100 times over. This is going to be better than even $7,999. A first caller scenario, a one only, and she's discounted to go, because otherwise we melt her down. It's a lot of gold that could make another 5 or 6 rings on its own. I'd rather have this finished designer piece go out to one of our collectors. It's under $3,000. Just right there, $5,000 off. We'll keep going. Not 29, not 28, not 27. I'll blow it out right now. This is the lowest price we've ever had on this one. $2,699 gets it home. And she will just spin and twirl her way into your heart and onto your wardrobe and be one of the most versatile and feminine and beautiful pieces. And just even the stone itself, cut in that way where that trillion is elongated, flares out towards the base to mimic the skirt itself. So that's really well done. And of course the rose gold and the white gold, 2 different tones of gold brought together to make those details really pop. We're about to get into some tanzanites, and we will start that in just moments. Now, speaking of morganites, let me show you the companion piece in an earring. We're gonna come in pretty close here because I have these really gorgeous designer, okay, they are wild. This is not your regular square cut. They are, oh, I love these so much. There's so many ways to wear them as well. If you want to like twist and turn them around the ear, you can do that. There's a lot of fun ways you can make these your own. But 9215 is the item number. Let's give us a call. Look at how bright. So don't you know of Morganite as being that softer pink? Those stones, I would argue, have more than just pink going on. And that's when you know you're in top quality, princess cut Morganites in rose gold. They are item number 1129-215. They are the companion, if you need it, to our ballerina, but also a carat 30 in princess cuts and 9 points in diamonds. Notice how the diamonds go across 2 of the sides of your square, which is a princess cut. A princess cut is a square, but it has extra faceting. So not a square like an Asher, where you only get a couple of facets. This plays with the light. It plays with the color of the stone. They bounce. They got the purples and the blues. That's unusual. Morganite usually has the softest shade of pink you've ever seen. Usually it's barely there. It's kind of like a pink diamond, but lighter usually. This is where, and sometimes we know that the Morganites can get more of a peachy tone instead here when you get our private collection stones that were set aside decades ago. What they end up being is really a stronger pink color, and they still have a little bit of golden, but what they'll do is show off those purples and those blues. It's like a periwinkle coming through as well, so it's very, very important. Take a look. We've got the studs here in the rose gold only. They are, I love to wear wear them with that diamond weight kind of up top where you sit them at an angle. They do have a post and a butterfly backing. The post is actually directly located at the point where the diamonds meet. So it will meant to be kind of just intended to sit just like that, where you've got the diamonds are sitting at the top portion or the top sides, and then it's going to be in that diamond-like shape orientation as you wear it. There's that post. Here's what they look like. They are so elegant. There's an elegance about them with the 3/8 of an inch top to bottom. I'll pop one on the ear for you to see as well, so you can really appreciate how they look from a distance away and how glam and how also they go with everything. I think that's really important to mention as well, is that it's a softer color. It's kind of that softer makeup color that we talk about in fashion a lot, where it really does lend itself to just everything. And let me see if I need to go further or closer to get it in focus here, but look at how beautiful that is. Isn't it pretty? And really does work with absolutely everything. So rose gold only, no decision to make on the gold color there. You just get them the way they are, which is a perfect complement to the color there. And we'll go back up close and bring them down even further than $9.99. That is our price tonight. You got to realize there's a set price and then there's what I'm doing to make sure everything can disappear as quickly as we can go. And again, lots of tanzanites coming your way that are all going to go out because they're last call on tanzanites. We don't have many left to go around at all. So you can still play. Look at how they look from one side to the other, how they can play with different kinds of looks here. They look gorgeous from a distance as well. I mean, this is really wild to just show them from a distance away. I have like a checkered flag thing going on here, but look at this. How they play. And this is a couple of different looks at them, so you can really see them kind of in different orientations for you. So you can see one more squared off, one more of a diamond shape there, how they look together. Are they not looking like, here we are coming off of a Morganite, but before that was a pink diamond. So don't they have a similarity to the pink diamonds? I think they do. And yet you're not spending, gosh, can you imagine what you'd spend on a carat 30 of match pink diamonds and princess cuts? It'd be pricey. This is the better way to go. It's the more affordable way to go, and we'll make them $499. They are half off tonight. And there again, just different angles to look at them from, just to see that every angle you have delivers that gorgeous, bright, and very saturated for a pink beryl stone. Quite saturated for that gem. So let's make sure they get all sold out here. An amazing opportunity for you. And don't forget, we'll see its cousin, or its sister really. The Aquamarines will come out to play. We've got some gorgeous larger Aquamarines for you tonight as well. So they'll be the big sizes of aqua. They're quite pricey, but we're going to take them down nicely for you. We've got some big tanzanites. Don't forget about that big yellow diamond we showed you earlier, the 3 carat. That's going to be astoundingly priced. We've got the sapphires, or the finish. We're just going to finish up with our sapphires coming up. We've got the 3 of the more artistic design mountings that are coming your way. So we will see those as well. All right, so let's keep moving. $4.99 on the Morganite earrings. Let's get to the sapphires. Let's do this. I'm going to put 3 of them all together because obviously they're artistic enough where if you like one, you might like them all. So let's start by showing you all 3. So let's start with the first one, which has a lot of the east-west set of the pear shape here and a lot of diamonds going every which way. This is our companion to what we saw earlier. We had those larger stones in the traditional styles. And then these are really, well, look at that. That's got that flare with that beautiful scallop design in the platinum. Then we go even larger here. So we're going to go, let me move these down a bit. There's our pear. Here's another pear shape. It's a little brighter, you see. Then we've got, oh yeah, another. This is a pear shape too, but it's a little shorter. So you see how they all play there. This is why they should be together. They're different colors. They're slightly different sizes, yes, but they're also different cuts a little bit. We've got our east-west setting here. This one I'm going to turn around because I think you'll get a better look at that color of that stone. And then we also have that more artistic, very sculptural, a lot of platinum here, and that bright dazzling. Now that's the cornflower on the right side of your screen. Definitely a true cornflower blue right there. So thrilled to bring these. How about that two-tone? Little bit of gold mixed in with your platinum there on the right side. So that's the only one that's not completely platinum is the right. But other than that, platinum, platinum, and two-tone. Then we go, I've got your carat weights here. It's a 122, and that'll have the 50 points in diamonds. In the middle, we've got a 124. That's going to have 17 points in diamonds. And then, right over here, the sculptural look of platinum with an 18-karat gold accent holding your diamonds. That is a 101, so they're still all over 1 carat. Isn't that impressive? All over a carat. This one's going to be the two-tone gold. That's a carat of 1 with 10 points in diamonds. 3 of them flanking the sides of that more unusual, kind of an unorthodox but more short hair shape you have there. It's time to move them. As I mentioned when we had our traditional ones that are both sold, by the way. we mentioned that we would bring you some options that were a little bit more modern, a little more contemporary, just in the setting style themselves, in how they're mounted. So that's what you're seeing here. We have 3 incredible rings. Let me know which one is your favorite. We all saw what happened, or maybe you didn't, so let me fill you in. It was our first hour. Late in the first hour, I decided, just totally impromptu, just to run an auction, and it was kind of wild. Some of you didn't know what to do with our ad operators. They were like, I don't know what's going on, because we actually had a lot of bids, because I started so low on some very important sapphires. Well, we're doing it again, but not an auction, because I've got 3, and I think it will be too much chaos to have 3 and choose your favorite. So what I'm going to do is give you the most incredible price tag. We already sold 2 sapphires via auction under cost. They're all pretty much along very similar lines here. These stones are about the same size. There's a little lesser diamond weight here, but there's a lot of platinum. And that speaks volumes, because platinum may not be as pricey as gold, but it's still pricey. So any metal today is, even sterling silver is even pricey. Can you imagine sterling silver? You know, everyone's trying, even people that do sterling silver are trying to cut way back on gram weights in sterling, because it's so pricey. It's pricier than it's ever been. So this is a moment. We've got our white metal here in the platinum. Take a look at it. We've got the 3 to choose from, which I hope you'll let me know which one is your favorite. And we're going to make them very affordable. And remember what happened? Well, if I didn't have you with me, we saw an auction. It ended up being a $1,500 price, because that was the top bid. It's all I could muster. That was the top bid we got. So both went out at $1,500. Now I've got, well, similar. They're going to be less than $1,500. I mean, there's a little less diamond weight on most. So what I want to do, and again, your bigger diamond weight is on the left side. That's got 50 points. Then the other ones are going to be accents. But really giving you what we care about is the sculptural details of the platinum, the sapphire that's been hand chosen to go in front and center of these designs. And they will not be 15 or 14 or 13. You know what, guys? I'm not even going to do $1,300. I mean, this is really, please pick your favorite. And when you feel these, you know, platinum's very dense, so it always feels really heavy. Sounds weird. It's like people always ask the trick question, what weighs more, a ton of bricks or a ton of feathers? Well, it's kind of a trick question. Everyone's going to say feathers, but it's really, well, if it's a ton, it's a ton. But there is a density to platinum that you will feel. And if you like to feel the weight of your jewelry, you're going to get that more with your platinum than you will any other metal. And it's not going to be $13.99 per piece. And we're awaiting your calls, awaiting to hear which one is your favorite of the 3. Or maybe you're going to get a couple, because they all play a little differently in their design. But they will not be $13. They're not going to be $12.99. This is your value on sapphires. We put these together because it's a September birthstone. We know how many birthdays there are in the month of September. I read the other day there's more birthdays in the month of September than any other month all year long. And that makes sense. So now we know that there's probably a few of you that either love this stone for what it is, its heritage, its well-known factor, and the fact we have the best quality that we hand select, or maybe it is a birthstone, and maybe it's been a little out of reach for higher quality stones in the past, and you want a way to affordably add really top quality sapphires into your collection, and it's not $12.99, they'll be $1,199 a piece. Whichever one you want, $11.99 for 60 seconds only, because that's a giveaway. That's what that is. And let me start over here with this one, because that is a wild mounting. You're probably not, we don't see a lot of mountings that go that large, or that, again, I keep going back to sculpture, because when I used to spend time in art galleries, I spent a lot of time in this area called Laguna Beach. If anyone's ever been there, it's amazing. They are known for art galleries. And when I was growing up, that's where we would go a lot. And it's really just a lot of amazing, amazing sculptures and artwork made of different mediums, of course, whether it's acrylic, usually it's glass or acrylic, or you name it, all kinds of materials. I could go on and on. But that in platinum just looks like something that could be on a pedestal in your home with a spotlight directly above. Instead, that artistic work is being brought to something you're wearing, artistry for your hand. And that is $11.99 per sapphire. Gosh, that's amazing value. So take those if you'd like. They're fabulous values, and we'll move right along, because we got our big Tanzanite deal. So that's going to be exciting. We've got our big Tanzanite opportunity. We're about 18 minutes away from the top of the hour when we bring out all these fabulous Tanzanites. I did decide to bring out a Paraiba tonight. It's a small Paraiba. It's not going to be our 2 carats or our 1 carat, thank goodness, because those get really pricey, as y'all know. So what I'm going to show you is this. Look at that. It is, yep, tiny but mighty. It is a gorgeous round. This is what a lot of people are looking for everyday wear. So we've got that one coming up for you. Sapphire's gone. You got it. All right, so left side gone, middle and center verifying right now. We'll see who's got them. And then here comes the Paraiba. And then the Tanzanite. I think our last hour is going to be pretty geared towards Tanzanite. It's going to be pretty much get those out the door, and then we'll figure out some other pieces to show you. Maybe it'll be a couple requests. I sure hope so. But look at this. This is our Paraiba round. 1129078 is the item number here. And this is very, very, very special. Look at that round, just as bright as can be. With this one, I do have to give it some help. I want to hold it up a little bit so you can really see like up front and up close and see the personality of the stone, because obviously a round. And Victor, whenever you get a chance, could you please have that turned off, and then we'll see if our light comes back on. I don't know, but it's definitely, when it gets to igloo level, we're probably ready to turn that off, just because you don't want me getting sick. But here we go. This is our private collection 37-point Paraiba round. It's a 3-stone style, which everybody's doing 3-stone styles. I was on. This sounds kind of snooty, but I was on Rodeo. It's just where we have to go to find, if you live in Los Angeles and you want to go to a flagship jewelry store, that's where you go. You've probably heard of it. It's called Rodeo Drive. It's in Los Angeles, in Beverly Hills, the heart of Beverly Hills. And Los Angeles is a big place. You can drive for 6-7 hours and still be in Los Angeles. It's not like New York City where it's all condensed. It's very spread out. And so there's a lot of places in Los Angeles. People always ask me, like, how can it take you like 3 hours? Do you live in a different state? And I go, no, it's just a big place. It's a big city. So you can drive a long way. And when you go to the heart of Beverly Hills, of course, there's Rodeo Drive, probably one of the most famous drives in the world. Well, that is really a great place to be, because if you walk in, you only have to walk 2 blocks and you can be basically in front of every single major jewelry store there is, even some that are not so major that have really, again, been more mainstays of the community, like little, mom and pop run. So again, it's a really nice place to be if you love jewelry, just to even window shop, because if you're like me, that's what you're doing. But when I say window shop, I'm doing more window comparisons and kind of gauging, also kind of putting your finger on the pulse of what's happening, because if they're doing it, it's hot. But also they're dealing with really important stones like we do. Same level. Sometimes ours are a little more rare, like this one, because I have yet to see a Paraiba in a Beverly Hills store. So let's take a look at this, because this is how they're setting them. Right now, you walk past the store window of any major designer, they're doing the 3 stones, which is not an unusual concept. It's been around forever. It just tends to be bigger and hotter now than I've ever seen it. And I've been doing this professionally for a couple of decades. So it is our 31 points in diamonds, so 15.5 points each on those round brilliants. Here's what it looks like directly face up, though. That's what I want you to see. It's in any gold you wish for and want for, so please don't feel like you have to get it in the white gold. I'm going to try it on. This is for those that want something. Is it the biggest ring in the world? It's not intended to be. We do a lot of bigger Paraibas. That is, remember, we're broadcasting to a nationwide and beyond audience. So we can't just have one style for one type of person. We need to have different styles. And look at how this still sits up a little elevated, so it's on those pedestals. It's important. They're set up properly. You have the diamonds, which are almost as big as the Paraiba itself, just from a dimension standpoint. And this great look there, if you still wanted to stack one day, let's say you're dressing up a little more, you want to put a band around it, it is sizable enough to where it can handle being side by side with other bands, next to other pieces, but you don't have to. It's also sizable enough to wear on its own. Maybe it's a collector's piece. Maybe you want to wear it as a pinky ring. Whatever the case may be, it is such an important stone because it is the rare round. Has the blue-green colors, has the brightness to it. We are ready. Let me give this away tonight. That is my goal. We are going to, just like we've been doing everything else, pink diamonds and the like, we're going to give this away. That is the only mission ahead of me for the next hour and 13 minutes that I get blessed to be with you guys. Thank you for being here. It's an amazing night to be together. Togetherness is key tonight. That's what it's about. Let's be together. Let's be humans. Let's be together. Let's open our hearts. Let's show love. Let's be together. Let's be around things that are somewhat comforting and bring a smile, because we need it. And look at this. This is our 37-point Paraiba. It's brought a smile to my face since I was introduced to it in 2004, was when I first saw my very first Paraiba in person, and I haven't stopped loving it since. It was love at first sight for a gemstone, I can tell you that. And I think you will do the same. If you haven't fallen in love already, I do think that you will do the same. I think you will just love it and adore it and always enjoy it and appreciate it, and yet Got to make it affordable here. Certainly the goal. Let's send it out right now for better than even, forget about $49.99. I am on a mission. Let's make sure this can get a better price to send it out to one caller. That's it. Just got to do this for one caller tonight, and we'll make it even better than 49 or half of that at 25. A lot of people are going to look at me and go, it's a 37-pointer Lolo. It's no biggie. This is one of the most, and I say with all due respect, we can't talk like that. We can't. This is one of the most important stones. This deserves like trumpets blaring. It deserves whatever kind of color carpet you want. We typically think red, right? We got the big awards show coming up this weekend. So the award season officially starts on Sunday. So think red carpet. All the things that announce pomp and circumstance and all the things that announce an arrival, that's what this stone deserves. I don't care if it's 37 points. It's a big stone. And when it's around and when it's blue-green and when it's dazzling and when it's giving you liveliness like this stone does, you need to have one. And if you don't have one, you get this one because it's the most affordable I can ever make a Paraiba right here on the show. True story. And we do a really good job making this rarity very affordable, more so than anybody else can. And we're not asking for $25 or $2,000. What about $19.99 with the big old chunky diamonds? Those are 15.5-point diamonds you have on the sides. That's impressive. Not a lot of 15-point diamonds hanging out in our jewelry. Those are 15-plussers. And you know what? Let's take it even lower. There's only one way I can do this. I've done everything and then some. I've kind of played my discount card here tonight for you. I've paid for a lot of jewelry tonight. Let's do this. Instead of giving you a straight up value like $19.99, if you're not a fan, let's do this. I'll put it on the auction block and we'll get it even lower. We'll see if that has any kind of reaction. Let's see if that does the trick because this ring needs to go to somebody's house. White gold, yellow gold, or rose gold. This is in your size. We do that for free. We do the gold color change for free. There's no extra charge for that. There's no shipping charge either. There's no tax in any state that you might live in outside of California. So most of you pay no tax. This is not going to be even $19.99. This is an auction. Let's put it up here. You know what I'm going to do? Not even start at 19. I want to give you some serious extra savings. And the reason I do this is because when there's an auction, and this is something, it's probably something you don't care anything about, but let me explain what I'm doing here. When we have an auction item, when it goes on the auction block, as soon as you see that word auction, the cost in the system is essentially negated. That it's overridden. So obviously there's only so much I can do on a $5,000 ring. I already did my best. I brought it down to $2,000 and you didn't respond. So now I'm putting it on the auction block to give you an even better value, which I'm hoping somebody's going to take advantage of. Maybe there's a few of you out there that want to take advantage of this massive savings you're getting because on top of the $3,000 I've already saved you, we're now going even lower on the auction, but the auction's the only way to do it. If I could give you a price like this, I would. You know I push the envelope of values and savings every single day that I'm up here, which is most. And yet, if that doesn't do it, we have to do something more extreme. So here's where the auction comes into play. And that way, it goes for whatever it can go for. And on a night like tonight, that's what we're going to try. Instead of 19, how about 18? You got a $10 increment to make it yours if you want to jump in after the open is received. So that's not bad. How about 18? How about 17? Well, this is getting a little spooky now, but that's okay. We're rolling with it. What about $1,600? What about 16 big diamonds on the sides? You can't really, I mean, if we're putting a price on those diamonds, those 15.5 pointers, they're pretty substantial. Those are VS white diamonds still. They should be a lot of money on their own. What about 17? What about 16? What can we do to make a Paraiba yours? Because I have had them since '04. There are several moments in my career that I will never forget. 2004 was a big one. You're probably going, TVON wasn't around then. You better believe it wasn't. It was not a thought. Half the people that work here weren't even born then. I mean, it's true. That was a long time ago. First time I had Paraiba, let me tell you something. They have not been this affordable since then. I know that gems are going up. They all are. There's nothing we can do about that except bring you a value on something that even years ago, 21 years ago, when I first started selling these on national television, this was not a price that could be done then. So the fact that this is 2025, an opportunity right now like this, happening now, and it's not even 1,600, I still don't have it open. We got to really, really, really show you. We have dedicated this show tonight to moving the incredible. I discounted, what am I discounting? Pink diamonds. Now Paraiba. best sapphires in the world. This is not, I mean, it'd probably be better if I just bring out some more citrines, but no, I'm discounting the rare, the exotics, the unaffordable, the unattainable, and I'm saying let's just make them exceptional. How about $1,500 to get this one started right now? 1,500 bucks. We're going to be at our top of the hour in a few minutes here. We've got some tanzanites. Pretty much the last hour is going to be tanzanites, I have a feeling. And then we're going to show you, we still have a yellow diamond that's over 3 carats. We've got some aquas to show you. Our sapphires are here. Morganite earrings if you'd like them. Black diamond here as well. Simply name your stone. If there's anything you'd like me to bring out, let's say you're going, this is a very, I'm not into tonight's show at all. Well, if you're not, you can tell me what you want to see and we'll do it. Although pink diamonds and Paraibas are some of the rarer stones out there, so I hope you're loving them. And this one, we're verifying and open. It's not a negotiable. When you're down this low, when I tell you something all the time now, because we're a factory, so we have the factory in the premises, and it sounds very, it's not a factory really as much as it is. That's what we use the term, but it's really like, kind of like family members sitting at jewelry benches, making pieces for you by hand. You know, I think we hear factory and we think of like this 50,000 square foot multi-story building with like rows and rows and rows of bench jewelers or assembly lines or like, you know, like what do they call those? Where you're just really like pumping stuff out, cookie cut? No. When I say that, it's a small area about 30 feet behind that camera lens where all of these pieces are made by hand, with the exception of a couple outside designer pieces we'll bring in. But that's where we're pretty familiar here. Because of that, we know what it costs to make. That piece, and I've been telling you this for months now, one thing I need you to understand, just to put the gold perspective into full sharp focus here, when you talk about gold and where it's at, what that means is to create any ring, from the simplest ring to the more complex. But if you take the most basic band, the stuff that you don't care about, you care about the stones and the diamonds, right? How it looks, the design. But if you take the most simple, straightforward, little basic band in solid gold today, it's over $1,500 to create that band. So say that, and let's put that in perspective with the fact that we have a pretty classic band of gold in your choice of gold color. But up top, there's that big Paraiba round and 2 sensational VS diamonds around it, and they're all free because it costs more than $1,500 just to start. It's like you enter, like you ever have like what's a good comparison? Like the base model of the car, and then all the features or extras. You want the heated seats, you want the massage seats, you want the extra whatever, ski rack on top. All that's extra. Think of the base model when you're just starting. The foundation. The foundation of every piece at this point is $1,500 bucks. So to have a ring like this at $1,500 doesn't make a lot of sense, because all those stones right now, you're not paying for them. Somebody is, but it's not you. And I'll tell you who it is. Yeah. Let's try it on again. Remember what I was telling you about? This is meant to be worn every day. Is it a cocktail ring? No, it's not meant to be. But it is showing off some of the very best stones we have in rounds, set together. Take a look at that. I know they're just saying, let's have her try it on. There it is. Stack it or not, wear it on its own, casually or not. Who's got her open at 15?
Carol.
Carol from where?
New Mexico.
Carol, I can't thank you enough for being here, and I bet she's pretty happy she's here tonight. Scoring a deal potentially like this at $1,500. I got to believe Carol is saying, I'm really glad I was watching at this moment in time, right? Because you don't see that. Like, I'm just being real with you guys. As I only have one speed. It's the only way I know how to do. My authenticity is what probably is why I'm doing this so many years later. That's why. Because you're screamed at and yelled at by all kinds of salespeople all day long when you watch these shows. This is different. And I will tell you right now, when you're at the foundation price, it's like you build a house that way. You have a foundational slab, and everything else is all extra on top of that. This is like buying the foundation and getting the house for free. And I'm talking the mansion, the beautiful, the circular driveway, the porte cochere, everything. The best of quartzite counters, the best floors in the world, all of that. The amenities. You got the tennis courts and the basketball court, and you got the underground pool. You got it all. That's what this is. And the pool is your Paraiba. And the diamonds are fantastic. And I'm going to make this a final 2 minutes because Carol in New Mexico says it's mine. Well, let's give it 2 minutes and figure that out. We got $10 increments only after that. And we're getting to the last hour. Welcome into Wednesday, everybody. I like that, Kathy. I like that. Kathy, I like that. Yeah.
Carol says she has two of the 101 double row wonder rings.
Perfect.
If it will like stack well with it.
You know, there's the chevron style, I'm assuming is what she's talking about. It would have a, because the stones, the three stones are pretty similar in size. Carol, if you put the 101 right around it, she's talking about the double row then, right? Okay. That's because that's so wide. That's going to be, I think, a little bit, you're going to have a little gap where the chevrons meet. This is the one I would prefer to see stacked with a traditional band if you're stacking. There will be a little, I'm talking about a gap right here and right here, kind of a round, which actually looks really cool because it almost frames your round stone in the middle. But those wonder rings, especially the bigger one, are going to be maybe even just a bit wider than this. So it will be, I say play with it when you get it home, but it'll be, again, really lovely stacked, just a matter of, you know, you're going to create that really big look. And your rings are all going to be pretty even in size in that case. In other words, your ring guards are not going to be smaller. They're going to be about the same width and size as your centerpiece. So, but you know, you can have fun with it, play with it, wear it on its, it's meant to be worn on its own. I just like to point out when pieces make for really good stackable opportunities as well. Let's see, do we have 15, 10 or more? We're in last call. We've got 5 seconds here left. She still want to have a bid in? Okay. So you can always exchange, I say exchange it, but it really is just basically send it back and then shop for something else. But you have a money back guarantee, yes, even on auction. So do keep that in mind. So if you ever do get it at home and you're like, yeah, I envisioned it differently or it's not for me, then you send it back. It's not a big deal. And we'll find one later for you that is. 1510, yes or no? Got it? Sold. Congratulations. That's gone. And with that, we are about 15 seconds away from the top of the hour, in which I'm going to share with you, we've got the, it's the 975 deal. So I'll explain, but I'm going to set up something first, which will be the only option I have in which I've actually got options. Whoa, hi, look at that. And if you just tuned in, hi, it's Wednesday night. Wow, what, my wheel is a mess tonight. Okay, so this is going to be kind of cool. Tanzanites. Same size, different dimensions. Man, I'm loving that yellow gold. Wow. So we have, I've been talking about this since we came on the air. Shall I welcome y'all to the show? Okay. I would say happy Wednesday, but let's just say Wednesday. Glad you're with us. Either way, we're here to help. We're here to be. We're always here for you. We're here for at least Mondays and Tuesdays. You know we're off, but Wednesday through Sunday, we're here for you. So if you need to feel like I need to just be around some joy, I want to be around something that makes me happy, we got the jewelry. Welcome into Wednesday night. I'm Lauren Blair. This is TVON. We've got another 59 minutes to go tonight, and that's it. And we have had some really extreme values. We're going to keep those going. I've got 2 tanzanites here, so we're going to do the 975 deal, and then I have a 4 carat, okay? So 975, what did I mean by that? We're going to start with the 9 carats. I'm going to show you the 2 9-carat stones we have, actually 9.5. Then we've got a 7 carat option. Everything you see is what you get. I'm showing you what we have, that's what's available. I don't have anything else, we got what's going on the air. After the 7 carat, you're going to see a 5 carat, it's a trillion, and then we will have a 4 carat to wrap it all up, okay? However long that takes, if it takes the whole hour, great, it's going to be a Tanzanite night. Hopefully we'll get done in the next few minutes. We can show you some of your requests. I've shown you everything but the aquas, so if there are requests, I did breeze through a lot of jewelry here early, so if you want to see something again, please let me know. Here's our Tanzanite big style. So again, we're going to stay with us here, and what I'll do is I'm going to show you now what we have here so that you can get a little update, kind of a little preview, if you will, so you know which one's best for you so you can hang on, because I'm going to go down in order on as far as descending size of the stones, but still want you to get a little feel for them. Would you guys mind terribly if I just scrap the white gold, or do you guys want it? Like, I'm thinking, I mean, it's a great stone, but there's that yellow gold is really good. It's a really good stone. So here is the 7 carat, so that'll be an oval. It's a 723. So 723 right there. That's the 7 carat 23. They'll be coming up after. The 5 carat is the trillion, which is really, really rare. There's the trillion cut. Wow, still love it. 5 carat. It's actually 526. So there's the trillion. You see how that dazzles. That trillion's always going to give you a lot of spark. And then I do have an oval, which will be our 4 carat. So we'll just go in descending order. But there's the 4, 12, oval as well. So as we kick off our top of the hour, we're talking about museum reserve tanzanites. First with 112-5704. Here we are with a really remarkable opportunity. A very, very special moment. This is our 9 carat 50. You can see that they're each 9 carats 50. One is a little shorter and wider, and the other is a little taller and leaner. So they're both emerald cuts, but that's why they have that different appearance to them, is because, as we always talk about, carat weight's going to be the same while still having different dimensions to them. So that is what you see here. Now we also, we've got the 9.5, 39 points in diamonds. They're really pave on either side there for you. So it's really about a statement to giving more geometrics to those already rectangular step facets you see. You've got the very important diamond pave. It almost looks from a first glance like you have a really big trillion cut diamond on either side. And instead, there you have it with that emerald cut. We have got one in white, one in yellow, as you see here. So totally up to you which one is your preference. They do have to stay as they are. So if you like the yellow, you're getting that stone. If you like the white, you're getting that stone. But a totally amazing option here to go. And we're going to send them out. This is one major value. And then what we're going to do is do the 7 carat. That's a one of a kind. Then the 5 carat. And then, of course, the 4 carat as well. So it is time to get those engines started here. Let's get on the phone lines if you love them. They have got to go, and this is going to be a remarkable value here because we got one of our best per carat prices on our museum reserves. Here's what the yellow gold looks like from afar. I love an emerald cut. I know a lot of you do, with the elegance that it provides. The beauty, of course, this is the most sizable in the carat weight. Here's the white gold right next to it, so you can see what that's going to be like. And wow, what a color. Either way, the neons are gleaming. It's interesting how this one's almost reading a little bit more of that blue, and this one's a little bit more purple, I would say. And again, maybe you like a little bit longer length, maybe you want a little shorter length. That is why you've got the option here. But either way, 9.5 carats, and we blow them out. Supposed to be 9,999 tonight, going a lot low. Remember, you've got very small, it's a small window now to get in on anything museum reserve. It is go time. It is time to pick your favorite, and it's my only emerald cut of the collection. So here's how you get it. We're going to make them better than 9 or 8 or 7 or 6 or 5. Let's go 49. You know what? Skip that. We're not even doing 49.99. These are the big ones. Then we're going to march our way down into some, I wouldn't say small, but they are smaller. So we'll get into some other sizes and shapes for you. But for now, not even 49 or 48 or 47. I'm going for the per carat value that is going to beat everybody. All those guys out there, oh my goodness, I think they got that all going on because they can bring you Tanzanite at $6.95 a carat or $5.95 a carat, or maybe even that really low quality with no diamonds at all that are going for like $4. I will beat that. I can do better. And the ultimate idea, and I think there's a lot of us that are willing to spend more if you know you're getting a better quality. Aren't we all willing to pay? Usually, when it comes to anything in life, you're willing and understanding the fact that you usually pay more for a better quality. Not even required here. Better quality for free. Actually, we're going to beat the you-know-what off of everyone else's price out there that nobody else has Block D blue wings. That's the difference maker. And we're also getting very limited with what we have left. So there's not a whole lot of time here going forward to get you a blue wing Block D. And the museum reserves are, headed out to museums after they get their last look on the air here with you guys. So instead of 47, we're going to blow them out for $4,699, which makes that, under $4.95 a carat. So there's your value on either the left or the right, the white or the yellow. in the 9.5 carat emerald cut. So there are our two of the big ones. We will work our way on down. We've got also the big oval coming up, the 723, which actually has a lot of dimension very similar to these emerald cuts. Look at the length. The size and the length that I'm talking about, top to bottom dimension, is very similar on that 7 carat 23. So you are going to get a great opportunity there. But last call, $46.99, yellow or white. Those are the ones you will be receiving. Okay, so now let's get to our 7 carat. 112-5595. Coming up right now, here is the one and only 7 carat. It's our 723. Oh, I have a really, really, really dear friend who has a birthday on 723. So I just think of him. That is 723. Well, 723 in the carat weight. If you're ever lucky enough to see a stone you like and it's got your birthday in the carat weight, I just think that's cool. It's kind of a way to have meaning without even intentional, right? It's just there. It's really kind of cool. The 723 on the oval with 82 points in diamonds in the white gold stays in the white gold on this one. And we're going to make it a bargain, big time bargain here on this one, and yet it really does gives you that longer luxury size. That face to that stone is quite significant, quite substantial. Time to move it on out here. What can we do? Well, it's the best pricing you'll ever see is tonight. That is for sure. And you've got it coming your way for the next what? We've got about 50 minutes to go. It is your moment to take advantage of anything and everything. Call us and ask about your favorite pieces. We have one. Stays in the white. I love this kind of halo, but deconstructed. Because, you know, a halo typically just goes right around the stone, sits right on next to it, follows the border. Well, here on the sides, it flares out. It splits on the sides of the shank there. You've got some open work. Look how gorgeous that is. Can I beat the price? I'm going to beat myself here. We're just literally going to say, what did I just do? 490, what, 494 carat? Let's go lower. It's the 723. Diamond weight, far more. Do you realize this is more than double the diamond weight of the last one? This 9.5, it's right here. The 9.5 carat had, what, 39. This is more than double the diamond weight right here. And yet I'm going to go lower than 494. You get a better value. You get a, look at this price. It's not going to be $99.90. Why is everything $99.99? It's like every museum reserve is $99.99. And that's if it's under 10 carats. If it's over 10 carats, forget about it. They go to 15,000 and more. Watch this. Well, I can't do $46.99. I just did that on my 9.5, which you're verifying right now. You're not spending $46 or $45, even $4,000. I am telling you the cheat code. I'm giving you the better per carat now on this piece. So if it is going to be important to be on the phone lines early, it always is. Because I don't have 5 or 10 or 50 or 100,000 of them. I have one. And you're looking at it. So if you're already loving the look, loving the idea of the 7 1/4 carat, you go on the phone lines now to be first in the phones, first in line, get to it. We're not even doing $4,000 or $39.99. A better value for you tonight. It simply doesn't get better than this. There's no other way to say it. And trust me, if there was somebody out there with a better price than I have, you would let me know, because you love to call me out and let me know. Listen, I don't watch every single show, but I know this. There are very, very inferior tanzanites. It's all that's coming out of the ground. You cannot fault the people out there that are selling tanzanite that are light in color. That's all we have left. That's all we have. All we have left is Block C. All you're ever going to get going forward is Block C. Block C is lighter. It is a light lilac lavender color, and it's gorgeous, but it's not the quality that you have an opportunity to get right now. And this is the best per carat. I don't know of anyone else who's selling inferior product, inferior quality, light material, Block C tanzanite that's doing a price tag like I'm doing. And it's not going to be 39 or 38. What about 37? Okay, let's go even lower. Because I know you're doing the math going, well, that's still good, but it's not better than what you just, let's just make it easy. $3,499. And guess what that per carat is? These are just obvious. That's $483 a carat. Now we're getting even crazier. The values are getting better. The moment is now. $34.99. Done deal. Your $483 per carat price tag with all the gleaming reds. I don't have another one. That's the one you're getting. So if you're saying, I hope my color would be that good, your color will be that good, except it's better in person because it's going to be in a little lower light. This is a pretty bright light. They do better when they're in lesser light. Less light equals more color. Less light equals more neon, equals more red. So expect to see even greater when you've got it in person. And that's what I want to encourage you to think about right now, is that opportunity to get something very, very special, get it discounted, get it for this unbelievable price tag. The next one will be the 5 carat. It's the trillion. It's in a lot of gold, and it's a trillion. And a trillion is a very fancy cut. And let me tell you something, this price is bonkers. So I got to change it because the trillion's somehow more than the rest. So now I'm going to have to change everything we know about these values. $34.99 on the 7 carat. Let's get to our trillion. 5 carat 26 coming up. Here we go. 975 coming down to the wire here. Here's the 5 carat trillion, a fancy, exotic, and he's got huge diamonds. The difference, those are not, this is not going to be the biggest diamond weight total, but there are very large individual diamonds here. 9145 is the item number on this one. 5 carats 26, 31 points in diamonds, but there are only 5 stones. So you have the stones here at 6+ points apiece. They're not 1 and 2 pointers like we previously have seen. It is a bigger individual diamond. It is a white, yellow, or rose gold. You do get to decide your gold color. It is a wide, heavy, more gold here. You got a lot of width to that band, and all mirror finished. It just needs rhodium. Take a look at that. Oh, yeah, let me try it on. Let's do that. I was just giving it a polish, but while we're at it, that's what it looks like on. Look at that. Channel set bigger diamonds. It's no problem, Tone. Don't worry. It's a live show. It's okay. We've only been dancing together for 20 years or so it's all right. Eventually, we'll get it in sync. It's my fault. My fault. I'm just trying to polish up what needs polishing. We're going to go back up close. I'll give you some verbal cues. We'll do that. We're going to make this really, really doable here. And I don't know who's loving the trillions besides me, but if you love a little brightness and power to your stone, I love the oval. It's beautiful. And I love the emerald cut. But this is why I think so many people have collected them all. You know how we used to do that box tops? I'd be sitting around the kitchen table as a kid, and we'd be, back in those days, we ate cereal because we weren't concerned with all the things we're concerned about now. Like probably today, kids are eating like, chia, overnight chia pudding and things like that, healthier things. We ate just pure sugar when we were little. That was a nutritious breakfast. And we would collect the box tops off the cereal. They probably still do that. And then you collect the box tops, and it'd say collect them all, and then you'd send them in for a rebate. Like that's what we grew up doing. Like that was fun. This is, I think, why people like to collect all Tanzanites. Some of you have written to me and said, "Are you serious? Do people really have 80 Tanzanites, 50 Tanzanites, 5 Tanzanites?" Yeah, they really do. Can give you, can show you the receipts. And I think it's because each Tanzanite cut does have a very different personality. I always talk about this. The stone is like the stone, right? The stone is the stone. We know what to expect with our Tanzanites at this point. I've been showing you blue wing block Ds for like nearly 7 years. I think we know what the color is. But there's something to be said about the cutting, and the cutting takes that same blue wing block D and that same museum reserve, and you saw it right here, back to back to back. The emerald cut looks different than the oval looks different than the trillion. They have different, like I can be a blonde and you can be a blonde, but that doesn't mean we're all exactly the same. And that's really, to me, the differential is the cutting. The cutting is what I always call the soul of the gem. It's the personality that's coming through. And there's the more sophisticated versions that are a little more ladylike. And then there's the really, the wild rock stars here that, hair on fire, really cool, give you the glistening, gleaming, bright, beautiful look you see dancing in that trillion. And what did you pick up, Victor? Oh, really? Fabulous. Who was shopping there? Ricky? From where?
From Maine.
Wonderful. I'm trying to keep tabs on my Tanzanite too, because I think a lot of people are just going to wait till we see all 4 and then decide. And I totally understand that. So here's what I'll do. If you'd like this 526 trillion cut with the diamonds just really beautifully bordering the side, I'm going to have to do something crazy here because this is supposed to be $89.99. And there's no room to move there because it is new right this moment. And here's what I'm going to do instead. We're just going to blow it out and make it really simple and easy. This does have a lot more gold than the rest, and I know that doesn't make sense because it's smaller, but it's actually deeper. There's a wider band here. The other ones had more skinny bands. This is a wider band, and it also has that full, like, I look at it almost like an arc. It's not really a rainbow. It's really an arc going along one side, bigger diamonds, again, 6+ pointers on those. And it's time for this one to go. Let's make it $2,999 only. That way we are completing the 9, the 7, the 5. We're going to get to my last, which is the 4 carat, which is coming up. It's in oval as well. It's in the signature style to be the most affordable, and we'll have fights over it because I think we're all looking for affordable. But there is the, you know what, skip 29. Let's go even lower than that. Let's skip it. Let's go lower. Let's make it better. Let's sell it cheaper. That's what we're all here to do. If I give you the irresistible value, well, it's time to just give in. Don't resist. It's irresistible for a reason. Don't give in. Just take advantage. How about $2,899 or $2,888? We can go even lower. We still got, now the 9 carats are verifying and the 7 carat is verifying as well. And now the trillions debut. And for one caller, and that's it. I'm sorry, I wish I had more Tanzanites. I can't fight that. We've been selling them for 7 years. Once the quantity in the collection is gone, it is gone. And we're not even doing $27.99. Let's go, party people. This is your stone. You want to see brilliance, flash, fire. It's right here. I know if you choose the white gold, it's going to be re-rhodium. That's a process that always happens with sizing anyways when it is white gold. That I can see needs to be done. You see it too. If you want yellow, well, it's changing mountings anyways. But what I'll do is make it $27.77 to the very first caller, and then our 4 carat, which already probably has got a line of people waiting on the 4 carat, which will be by far the most affordable and just a bit shy of this one in size. And it's an oval, so it'll look really big as well. Yes. The inside of this band, I'm so happy to show it to you because it is so, I wish you could feel it. Obviously, that's the one thing I can't ever fully get you comfortable with. I cannot try it on for you. I mean, I can, but it's still not going to be something you can try on and fully experience until you get it at home. So this is where, again, you have to use my words and my comparison to every other of the 200 pieces I try on every day to know this is a very weighty and heavier piece. And the trillion is rare. It always has been one of the rarer of the cuts that we do. It always is one of the most rare of all. It's down to $27.77. I am trying my mightiest to be very affordable here on everything we're doing tonight because you deserve it. We all deserve to own those special pieces we love. $27.77 gives you the bargain. We'll show the 4 carat next, which is the oval that I know I flashed and a lot of you are already waiting on. So we'll get to that next, and that'll be it for our Tanzanites. We're going to need requests because all I have left is my 3 aquamarines to show you. That is all of the night of jewelry. So I really would say, yeah, if you're watching, you might as well pick up the phone and tell me what you might want to see, or we can just recap what's here from earlier as well. We'll be happy to do that for you. But there is our $27.77 dynamic trillion. Any gold you want, here comes the oval. The oval's going to give you, interestingly enough, a bigger look than the trillion because, again, just about the dimension there. So we'll show that coming up next. It's 112-7245. Andy, let me know if you're taking it. Verifying, verifying, verifying. We got a couple people verifying on that trillion. I don't think that's long for the world. I want to try it on one more time because I realize maybe we try it on the other way too. That's one way, and then I'll flip it around, show you the other way. It's about as vibrant as you can ever see a Tanzanite be. The reds are broken up, like instead of a red flash, I think we should call it like a red fire, as in fire like you see in a diamond's brilliance. It's a glittering factor. It's an, and I don't use this word as like a surfer girl, California girl, like totally awesome. I mean, like it's awesome. Like where does that word come from? Why do we say awesome? Why do we use that as a descriptor? Why do we use that as an adjective? It means something totally awe-inspiring. Awesome. It's just awesome. It's really something that just makes you stop and stare and just be totally speechless for a moment and kind of caught in the magic. That is an awesome stone. It's awesome. It's just an awesome stone. All right, we're going to get to our oval coming up. Here's the oval, the 4 carat 12. Andy, are you taking this one? No. Okay. So that is available. And then here we go with the oval. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now the 4 carat 12. Oval stone, best price, 7245, coming up right now. And here we go. And it's got a fully finished under gallery. So where are my gals looking for the under gallery? Someone was just on the phone line saying, I need an under gallery. Cha-ching, there you go. Your winner is right here. There's your under gallery. This is the only one of everything I've showed you that has a full finished extra cage of gold on the inside of your ring that gives you a full under gallery. So it's also the cheapest ring of the Tanzanites tonight. So I think that's music to our ears. That's a word that I don't like to use. I don't use the word cheap very often because I'm selling fine jewelry. It's not cheap jewelry. Cheap implies the jewelry's cheap, the quality's cheap, the stone is cheap. That's not what we do. But you got a carat 19, so now if you've been wondering, where's the diamond weight? Where's the big diamond weight? That's where the big diamond weight is, with the 4 carat 12 Museum Reserve oval, finished on the inside, so it's got more gold, and you've got the diamond weight that's outstanding, and it's gonna be, okay, $2,699. It's not supposed to be, I'm just gonna take it lower because I know you want that price tag. You want it to be an even better price tag than our last trillion cut. All right, no requests have come in, so I'm going to break out into tomorrow's jewelry. I'm going to get into the Thursday night box. We're going to look at the jewelry for tomorrow. We'll do tomorrow's show tonight. I like it. We got 35 minutes to go. We've got some extraordinary examples. What about this? Remember when we had that pinky purple diamond ring? I have earrings that could go with it. And somebody saved a bundle, right? Look at, oh, those are purples. Oh my goodness, we have purple diamonds. They're listed as pinks. Are you kidding? That is not a pink diamond. So we have pink, purple diamond earrings. Wow, are you even kidding? Look at those. Those are fabulous. Let me know if you want to know a little bit more about those. $26.99, who's getting the tansy? 4 carat 12. Okay, who's shopping over there? Hi, Marissa. Thank you. There's a big Tanzanite, or rather kunzite. Do you have a very large emerald for somebody out there? I've got a very bright, clean emerald, Chivor. This is the Chivor material. So $26.99 on this one, please. Let me know if you'd like it. We're going to show you this whopper of a stone, 2 carats. Whoa! I don't know how you're going to get any more flawless than that without getting a fake stone, because usually to see an emerald be that glow, that bright, it is lit up all 4 sides of this rectangular emerald cut at the same time. This is so stunning. 112-7916. Welcome on in. It's our last bit of our Wednesday night here. So let us know if you have any requests. Like I said, we're into tomorrow's jewelry. So again, there's nothing that's off limits. Just let me know what you'd like to see. We'll help you out. We'll bring it out to you. Here we go. This is remarkable. 214 on the emerald. It's Chivor Colombian. So there are 2 main mines in Colombia. So if you're going, well, I thought Colombian were the best. This is Colombian. There are 2 really well-known mines. One is Muzo, M-U-Z-O, and the other is Chivor, C-H-I-V-O-R. And the Chivor is known to have a sheen. That's how I always think of it, she, like Chivor sheen. It's a brightness and a beauty. Now, I'm not saying every single stone has something like that. You don't get that. But this is really a perfect example of what you see in museums when it comes to Chivor mined Colombian emeralds. It's our 214, which you know in emeralds is massive anyways in the carat weight, but it's going to look so much bigger because emeralds do look about double what they weigh. So it gives you like a 4 carat payoff in the look. It also has 55 points in diamonds that actually have almost like a chevron design on the left and the right here. And then you've got this kind of sundial sunburst design the rest of the way. Here is a ring that was formerly on our air for $19,999. That is not an emerald for everybody. I realize that. Look at this. I am literally into tomorrow's jewelry. So welcome to Thursday on Wednesday. That's what we're doing. Because again, without your requests, I've shown you everything we have for the night. We will try to get a quick glimpse of those big aquas, but they're really pricey. I mean, they're big time stones. So here we are with our. It's my preview monitor where the ring is at is in my peripheral view to my left. I can't stop looking at the glow, because it's so clean. It's just, I see a lot of great gemstones, but to see an emerald do this, doesn't happen usually without going to green glass. That's because, now obviously there's little microscopic inclusions you're seeing. What the difference is they're not big fluffy inclusions that take away from that glow like usually emeralds do, where you've got a lot of inclusions that impede the glow. That's not happening here. Take a look. So there it is, glowing like no other. Stunning stone, split shank style, which just kind of feels like the diamond design around it is just kind of continuing down the sides of this ring. Look at this on the hand, because here's even more important perspective. Seeing it from a distance away and watching it glow even more, even further, even brighter, even more beautiful in the yellow gold. Take advantage of it. It will not be 20 grand. It's not 10,000. I'm ready to give away a Colombian emerald, and one of the more important ones, because we see far more musa than we see chivor. So here's the time to do it, and here's how you get a 2 that looks like a 4, and that is the beauty of this less dense material. It's not even 99, 89, 79, 69, 59, 49. Shall I stop? No. Green means go, and it's going to the lowest price you've ever seen here. And I'm an emerald expert because I had to be, because it's my birthstone. So the first thing you learn when you get into the gem business professionally is you start researching your own birthstone really, really well, because you want to know everything about stones that you feel attached to or kinship to, or that you just like. And this is really, I feel like it's such an irony, because I don't know if I'm the only Taurus like this, because I know the May birthstone is, there's a lot of us in May that are a Taurus. And we tend to be a little bit like, again, little, type A, we're very particular. We want perfection at all times. That is really, we demand perfection. And I will say it's a very good trait to have, I think, especially if you're in a business like the jewelry business. But I will say this, you don't get it in emerald. So I find it always ironic that the emerald is the birthstone for a lot of us who are a Taurus sign, because it's never perfect. It's never perfect ever. And yet this is about as close as you will ever come to that color and that glow. And 49, no. 39, no. Let's go even lower. And this is a $32,000 a carat gemstone. When you find that size in retail, you spend $32,000 or more. I'm just quoting buying guide prices from a lot of years ago. It was a different time then. We're going to make this better than 39 or 38 or $37.99. And I think, you know what? I think this is going to go tonight. Because one thing I know, you don't give away massive chivor emeralds that look like that. You don't give it away in the price tag and have it stick around. Somebody's going to recognize this value, and I hope if you're an emerald lover, especially if you are like me and you hold your stones to the highest quality level, you have a standard that is above all else. If that's you, if that tends to be where you hang out, this is the emerald you need, because even if you're a perfectionist, that's the one that's going to make you happy. And it's $3,777. One caller owns it, one caller gets it. We'll give the aquas a brief look. We've got a major zircon, if you want to spend $25,000. We have a huge heart-shaped spessartite garnet. We've got massive tanzanite drop earrings. They're 21 carats, and they're far too low in price. 21 carats of tanzanite. There's even an alexandrite that's GIA certified. It's over a carat in size. There are some pieces here. Collectibles like no other. What about our pink diaspor? Let's show this to you. You're going to like this pink diaspor. This is that diaspor that, nope, doesn't come from Turkey. Instead, it comes from the Afghan region and looks more purple than it does pink. And we got a giveaway here for you. 112-7658. Let me know on the emerald. Somebody's taking that before the night is over. And we are getting real close. 29 minutes away to make requests. Tell us what you need to see again. Let us know if you have anything you want us to bring out from the entire inventory. We can do it for you and do it gladly so that you can get whatever it is you need or want. But that is the Ghost of Mine material. 102 in diamonds, double halo, split shank. First caller gets it for... I got to blow it out. I got to sell some jewelry here. We got 29 minutes to do it. So what are we going to do? We're going to be discounting. We've been doing it all night. Let's crank up those discounts. Values like no other. That's what that looks like from a distance. And it's that pinky purple, all natural, beautiful color. The mining went on for 30 days. 30 days! 30 days of mining. You think stones are rare that were discovered in the 1980s and were gone in the early 2000s? That's Paraiba. That's mandarin garnet. Those are considered some of the more shorter lifespan gemstones that have ever happened in this world. 30 days. Now, it was a little different situation. This was highly valued. Word got out it was coming out of the ground. They had to stop the mining for the safety of the people, the human beings on the ground mining it. It is that, let's just say, it created some headlines very quickly. It's very rare, and everybody who's in the mining business wanted to be there to get some of this material. They had to shut down the mining. This is one of those things. I've talked to some of the miners that were there. I'm going to tell you right now, very unlikely that ever gets mined again. So it's virtually, even though there might still be some material to be had, it is virtually mined out because very unlikely they will ever go back to that area and go mine again and start to just go back to production. Very unlikely. So it's a stone that is so rare. And what we're going to do is make it affordable for you as well, like $1,999. And it's a really pretty color too. A pinky purple blue, a little bit of like a golden pink mixed in there as well. Not, you know what, skip 19, skip 1,500, skip 14, skip 13. I don't want to move some jewelry. We want to make it happen fast. We want to get you your requests, whatever they may be. I'll make that $12.99 first caller. $12.99 on the Ghost to Mine material. We got, by the way, every stone that was mined, every bit of rough that was mined and faceted, we got it all. So it is nowhere else. That's the other thing. So it's an exclusive to us, just like our Blue Wing Block Ds are, and you got a great chance to pick it up. Hey, is that oval Tanzanite still here? Come on, help me, guys. The 4 carat for that price, $26.99, still available. Our ballerina Morganite brooch and pin, yep, pin pendant, it's here. Oh, hang on, the 5595 next to the 720, you got it. Jason, I don't even need to get that request. I heard you, I overheard you, we'll show them together. Mm-hmm. Yes, I can. That makes sense because they're both ovals, and let's absolutely do that right now. If it's the debate between the two ovals we had, here is, like I said, you've seen all the Tanzanites tonight. Here is the 7 carat 24. Here is the 412. You are getting far greater diamond weight around the smaller of the two stones, but also look at the difference in shapes. And you're going, no, they're still ovals, Lolo. Yes, but there is a difference in the perspective and the dimensions of the shape, where you've got a little bit more of a traditional oval on the left and then more of an elongated oval on the right, probably why it's in that deconstructed halo design. And remember, it was $34.99 on the right side and only $2,699 on the left. And again, 119 is the diamond weight, and they hung up. You got it. Just to see them. Just to see them. There they are. Those are the two ovals we had earlier. Both are still available. Obviously, I wouldn't show them if they weren't. And that is the, again, 412. Remember, you're getting 119 in diamond weight there. And here's the 7 carat 23. That does have 82 points in diamonds. 34.99 and 26.99. Those are your two choices. The emerald cuts are also still here if you'd like to see them, and I'm going to do some recaps for you because we have a lot of pieces under $1,000 still remaining, mostly from the first hour, couple of minutes, so we'll just show those really quickly for you as well so you can get a chance to pick those up before our time is up in just a few minutes, and we want to make sure you get a chance to pick up all those great pieces. Don't forget there was a color change sphene earlier in a pendant, and there's also, oh yeah, let's just flash these 3 here. So 3 incredible pieces. One was a little bit surprising to me, but again, first couple of minutes, yeah, maybe not everybody gathered yet. So what I'm going to do is show you, this is kind of the wow factor here. This is my fancy cut amethyst. We had this fancy cut in a citrine the other day, and you were begging me for more. So the second I saw that we had one amethyst ring of that same cut, I definitely wanted to bring it out, brought it out at the very top of the show. It is still available for you. And then this is a diamond ring that's going to have a couple of marquee cuts together. And then we have a really remarkable, also a hot seller lately, bringing them all out. Here's the scapolite with the cat's eye. So all 3 of the rings are under $1,000. And this one's going to lean a little bit, so I apologize. I'm going to try. Come on now, stay with me here so we can just, this one's gonna lean. But there's our amethyst, our diamond ring, and our scapolite. That's our cat's eye scapolite. They've been incredibly popular of late, just as I brought out what we have for you. So all 3 choices under $1,000. Here's how that goes. This is $9.99 for the cat's eye scapolite in solid gold. Yep, no vermeil, no plating, just gold. That is the round. This one is just a problem. Take nobody blink. It's right there for the moment. Okay, so there we have the scapolite. That's $9.99. Next to it, to your left, to its left, is, well, no, to its right, but again, whether it's real life or on camera, they're totally opposite. The amethyst, let's just say the amethyst in the middle. The amethyst is the fancy cut. That's going to be only $888. And that's the one that everyone was begging me for the other day when we had it in citrine. You get that same semicircular diamond weight on the sides. Also at $888 is this one, the two marquees cut white diamonds coming together in a little bit of a leaf-like pattern. So that's also $888. So everything up there under $1,000, and we'll leave them up there until they get their homes, because obviously those are pieces that are going to do just that. You can't, and there are obviously the two center and right are very large rings. Those are, remember how I told you that we kind of start as a baseline? If you've got a most basic band of gold, it's $1,500. None of those are even $1,500, which would be what you would pay just normally to get the metal by itself. So to have the rare and exotic stones that you have there in either the amethyst fancy cut, which is this towering kite cut, but it's really about the faceting within it that makes it really bright and brilliant. That's important too. And then we've got, of course, our beautiful scapolite, rare as can be. I can't name a stone more rare than scapolite. That's about as rare as it gets in that round. So that scapolite is here. You, guys, we're going to leave them up till they sell, because there's not a, this is non-negotiable. When jewelry is that affordable and yet they look good and they're exotic and they're giving you either, I know that the diamond ring is platinum, but the other two are gold. And so to get that kind of value for under $1,000, remember the amethyst is only $888. They will go. They have to go because they're enormously rare, very unique. I mean, tell you, everyone's got an amethyst. I've got 50 of them. I mean, that's only a slight exaggeration. It really is a stone I've loved. And they're very affordable typically. But look at the color. Nobody's going to have an amethyst that looks like that. The cutting is so unique. Kite cut on the outside. This is called championship concave cutting on the inside. It's not sharp. It's the same flat table facet you're used to, but it's got all the cutting underneath it. So it's really unique, and it's still gleaming with the purples and the blues and the reds. The cat's eye scapolite, we cannot keep them in stock. I've been bringing out everything we can in that rare gem to make it a possibility for you. And there it is, the round cat's eye. Yes, how can we help you?
Customer wants to ask for the amethyst ring. Your opinion as a pinky ring?
Too big. Way too big. Let me show it to you. What size pinky finger do they, just out of curiosity, what size pinky ring do they wear? I think it's way too big. How much? 4.5. Okay, very similar to what I wear, about a 3.5, so we're pretty close. I just think it's too big. I mean, that again, great thing with jewelry, no rules. It's like if someone tells you what to do in fashion or jewelry, please go tell them, you know, to go jump in a lake, because really, there's no rules. But again, I just think from a practicality standpoint, it's sitting up a little higher. It's a big stone with that point. I would say probably best on the ring, the middle, or the index. I would say choose a finger here. I just think it's kind of large, where obviously this one's too big a ring size, but even if it was sized for me at a 3.5, that is sold, thank you. Yeah, but think about sizing it for the other fingers. Yeah. I will. For who? Mary. Purple diamonds coming out. Let's bring them. Purple diamond pairs coming up next. Great call, Mary. So our scapolite, cat's eye scapolite, is $9.99. And this is $8.88. Okay, so we'll keep on rocking. And Mary said, don't be scared, Lola. Let's show the purple diamonds. And they are awesome. Again, another one where I just think that's the word to properly really describe what we're showing, and then the price tag even more. Look at that. Come on now. Pink diamonds are on the sides, white diamonds on the outer. This is rare. And you know, let me just shout out TVON's discipline, because if I was in the on the bench and I came across two incredible purple diamond pairs, even though they're matched to perfection, I would say let's make 2 rings, only because I want to help 2 people own purple diamonds. No, no, no. We said let's go rare. Let's make 1 pair of purple diamond earrings. My goodness, this is so crazy good. Mary, thank you for that request. Thank you for asking for them. They are $66.51 and stunning. There's 24 points, so they're also really big. Remember we saw a pink diamond centered up in a ring earlier, and it was what, 17 points? These are 12 each. They're a good size stone. You've got them surrounded, double halo. We're doing pink diamonds at 13 points and white diamonds at 32. So all together, plenty of diamond weight. And you know what I think is so crucial? If you're wearing an earring, I don't know about you guys, but I love a big earring because I have to speak to you guys on TV. So if I wear a small stud, you're never going to see it. And then it looks like I'm just not wearing any earrings. So I make a point just from a standpoint of we are further away. I have to wear a bigger earring if you're going to see it. With a stud in real life, obviously I love studs in real life, wear them a lot. A stud in real life, in my opinion, needs to be something of a brightness. Because not everybody, like there's always, your hand is right there, you're always working with your hands, you're always really close. People are not generally as close to our earrings as they are to our rings, to our necklaces. They're not usually as bold. There's not a lot of area there. There's not a lot of real estate. We got more here and more here. Sorry if that was noisy, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But here we have a lobe. The lobe is the smallest area on the body where we're wearing jewelry. So, right? Even toe rings, you got more room there. So here's where I think it becomes so crucial that you have a really bright and powerful stone. And this is bright and powerful and really rare. It's really, really rare at the end of the day. It's a 24 point plus 13 plus 32. I'm going to show them on from a distance, and we're going to wow you with this value. There is a post that's at the top of the point, so they are really meant to be sitting like so, in that north-south direction when they're on, because the post is right, not the very, very top. You see, we lowered it a bit so that you can, if you got a stretch out piercing like me, it's not going to show, okay? Crucial. Butterfly backing, and those are juicy purples. They're like if I was eating a popsicle on a hot summer day, that's the color of the great popsicle. It's that color and just vibrant and all natural. You know we do natural here. Not just, oh, it's from the earth and then we bombarded it with treatment. No, 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 no. This is a natural purple. It came out of the ground, that color, and we just so happen to have two identical stones here. Look at that. Oh, yeah. See the power of that stone? The luxury, the power of the purple. Right there. Yeah. That's a size reference. Just dynamic. Gorgeous. And under $12,000 today. Take a look at them again up close. It's so rare. It's just rare. Here I show you rare all the time. I'm always using that word rare because, well, they are. Does it get any more rare than this, though? Got to make them under $10,000, Tony. Got to try something here. Gonna try it. Let me tell you something. If you like them, even a little bit, call me now. They're not going to last. They're not even $99. Oh, you like them, Victor? What do you want to do? What can make this happen? Because if these stay, I'll be honest, my feelings are going to be hurt. I'm going to feel real. I'm going to really, it's going to be a very long, sad drive home if those stay here. What can we do? $49.99? Better, right? Yeah, I'm going better than $49. I don't care at this point, except one thing. They got to go. They're too pretty to stay here. Some things are just too pretty to stay here. And that's one of them. And they're rare. So pretty and rare, it's kind of what you want. And wearable. Hey, now they're pretty and they're rare and they're wearable, because I'm not asking you to save these for like one time a year when you get all gussied up and put on a full-length gown. For some of us, that may be never. So what are you going to wear all the time? Can you wear those casually? Why not? Yes, you can. They're not going to be $49. How about $3,999? If I am really 100% going to get these out the door, we got to go lower than that right now, and I'm going to do it immediately. First caller gets them. You'll never find a value like this anywhere. And you know what? I don't sell single earrings, but this would be an amazing value if you were getting one. I'm giving you the pair, the rare purples. Let's blow them out for $2,999, and they're as good as gone, because somebody will capture that price tag. That's just too low. That is too low for $29.99. And you still have pink diamonds too. Congratulations on those. That's the bargain, and they're already gone. So that's how you do it. That really, really rare at that teeny little price. Here it is. Yes, the cat's eye scapolite again. You got it. Here it is one more time, 1126428 with graphics. Here is the rare cat's eye scapolite. I'm going to zoom back, then I'll hold it up upright for you. It's our 432 round. It's got diamonds around it. It is also, I can even change the gold. You don't want yellow? No problem. For free, you can have it in the white or the rose. It's not a problem. It is not a problem. And we got a last call on the show, and you know what it's going to go before we do? The Tanzanites. all the Tanzanites are already verifying. This will not be. And remember, this is about as rare as it gets too. I mean, cat's eye scapolite, where else are you going to find one? Scapolite's rare on its own. Now you got the phenomenal chatoyancy happening, and it's that kind of, it's like a beautiful, like, is it sienna? It's like this really unique kind of color. It's a little bit red, it's a little bit pink. I was telling you that in person, it's a little more golden actually. There's like a golden hue that comes through. It's gonna be $9.99, and any gold you want, any size you need, all shipped for free to your doorstep, and you'll have in the next coming days. I mean, I was literally, guys, I was up here Sunday afternoon, and most of you who shopped Sunday already have your pieces before I came on the air tonight. That is amazing. And obviously gold color changes take a little extra time. Or if you need like a dramatic difference in the size from where it's is sometimes we got to remake the piece because we don't want to just like, you know, we don't want to compromise the setting of the diamond. So, you know, there are occasions where it takes a little more time. And then there are pieces like this that, oh my goodness, you want the yellow gold, we'll get it in your size, shipped right out to you. Enjoy it. We have about 12 minutes left to go. So this is it. It's last call. That scapolite needs to go. Here's what it looks like on the hand again. It's in the yellow now, of course, but you know what? You don't see a lot of the gold. Really, it's just about that stone and the diamonds around it there. True luxury, but isn't it just like also cool? I think there's something always cool about cabochons. Like give me some, you know, Bulgari all day. You know, they're the ones that kind of, I feel like they made the cabochon, still do. They still make the cabochon so well known, so famous, so high end. You know, for a while when I first started, it was like, oh, I knew a cabochon before I was even in the business. I thought, oh, that's for lower quality stones, but it's the only way to see a chatoyancy. You know, you could never see a chatoyancy if it's not a cabochon cut. And then you've got that really fabulous look of those unique colors. I just think that just is a great additional piece for your jewelry wardrobe. Also, want to remind you, there is a color change sphene from earlier in a pendant, and it looks so good. It's like the optimal color you want to see in a sphene to begin with. Then you've got that dazzling brilliance that is second to none. It's that dispersion factor that is just truly off the charts. And then you also have the white gold setting, and it's 1129235. So that will be our sphene pendant. Now, obviously, you're seeing the bail on the left. It sits upright vertically on the neckline when you put your favorite chain through it. But it also is, well, it's a 3-carat 37. So it's got plenty of size. We did in the 18-carat solid gold as well. And that one, oh yeah, 18-karat white gold is how it stays. Got the diamond weight at 43. Notice the baguettes. There are 2 per side on the baguettes, and then that's filled in with the round brilliance as well. So very impressive. Let's go ahead and take that one down. And tell you what, that's the way to own your sphene. Such a fabulous piece to wear in that way, where it's on the neckline. You never have to worry a thing about it. It is a softer stone. I always let you know when stones are extremely soft or even softer than what I consider good for daily wear. FYI, I think most of us consider 7 or higher. If it's a 7 on the Mohs scale or higher, those are great stones for daily wear. If it's anything lower than a 7, I always like to caution you, just so you are aware, because it doesn't mean you can't buy it. It doesn't mean you can't wear it. It doesn't mean you can't collect it. It just means you got to be a little more cautious about how you wear it or when you wear it, especially if you're really someone who always says, I'm rough on jewelry. If you are, you need to be cautious of your sphenes. That is of no matter when it's a pendant. You never have to worry about it. So let's take it on down and let's blow it out and do what we do here, where it's no longer $79.99 or anything like that. We're just going to really blow it out here, and that is also $29.99. And to state the obvious, it is in desperate need of being reset. It is in no way, shape, or form a centered stone right now. I see that, and it's hard to see when you're not looking at it with the direct magnification that we are. So, you know, no fault of our jewelers here, except that you see things on TV you would never see in real life. And that is, isn't that a great thing about, like I always tell you, I've been preaching, so many of you have reached out to me and said, I've been really disappointed with what I've shopped for elsewhere online. I'm concerned online. I really appreciate that you still do a TV show, because it allows me to see pieces live, because I would never, ever, and I will tell you, I buy a lot of jewelry. I don't just shop here at TVON. I buy jewelry other places. I'm not afraid to admit that, because just like you guys, I mean, we need sometimes gift ideas, and sometimes, you know, I'm not someone who's opposed to an occasional piece of costume jewelry here or there. I love great designers that do costume jewelry, whatever the occasion calls for. You know, give me some pieces. I have a very diverse jewelry collection. I don't think I'm alone in that. But I will say that I never recommend buying anything in jewelry online, because those photos are so heavily edited. You're never going to get a true, real idea of what it looks like when you just see a photograph. Photographs are not live and in person. When you see it move and see it manipulated here and see all the hallmarks of that stone, it really is helpful. So you know what you're getting. All right, so quick look at the aquamarines before we go, because why not? They're here. They're really grand, they're really marked down, and they're very sizable stones. And then if you have any questions about what you've seen, was that, by any chance, was it Mary who got the purple diamonds, or was it someone else? Really? Judy in Arizona. Well, thank you so much, Judy. I appreciate you. And that's wonderful. What a collection she got there. That's nice. All right. So well done, Judy. Okay, so coming up, let's get a move on, because I do want to spend just a minute or so with these aquas. They're very impressive. And you know what? I mentioned they're very expensive, and they are. I can change that, though. We're at the end of the show. We've got about 7.5 minutes, so why not? Let's take the biggest and boldest we have, like an Asher cut aqua, or a really cool roval, or you're going to see another one. Like, this is going to take a lot of zoom. Way back. Back, 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 back. Let me switch you over here, and let me put you, the big oval, over here. Now we're talking. Look at that. That is like a March baby's dream come true. If you are loving the barrels, you like the ultimate high-end, the baby blues of the barrel family. There it is. It's sky blue, really. It's very bright. They're all Sierra Santa Maria. We've got a 10 karat 46 on the center there. That's the largest, is right in the middle. 1046 Asher cut with the big diamonds on the sides. We also have a 9 karat 68. That is the roval you see over here with the bigger fancy cut diamonds beside it. Those would be 30 points total, 15 and 15. And then over here, the 805. That's the 805 oval, definitely more of the traditional oval shape with that elongation. And that's going to be the 805. That's where you get the big diamond weight. That's going to have a full carat 31 in diamonds on the right side, both princess cuts and rounds together. So now let's have a field day with the aquamarines. I will be with you tomorrow, and I hope to see you all here. We'll be in a really, really big shopping mood tomorrow, won't we? So that's going to be coming up tomorrow. Remember, our shows on the weeknights start at 5 o'clock, 5 Pacific time, 7 Central time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's amazing how that schedule still tends to elude a lot of folks. So I always like to mention that if you're newer. But here we go. One price, all 3 aquas. Forget the fact that $13,999 is right here. And $13,999 is right here. And $14,999 is over here, because you know why? That's got the big diamond weight. And it's also the biggest look, I will say. It may not be the biggest carat weight, but it's got the biggest look on the right side. And what we'll do right now is, for this discount and for this moment, and take all 3 of our biggest and best, and we'll make each and every one of them sail on out of here as fast as you can say Sierra Santa Maria Aquamarine. They're not $10,000 or $99.99. The moment is now. We've been saying it all night. It really is. There's never been values like we have seen tonight. And if you want to get anything from earlier in the show, we've got 5 minutes of airtime left. If there is anything you're still thinking about, some of our Tanzanites are still here, I would grab them. Because when they're gone, they're gone. And the values go away just like the jewelry does, just like our airtime does. So you got to take advantage, because you're ready for the values of a lifetime. And this will not be even $89, $79. You know, at this point, we're down below $1,000 a carat on all 3, because my smallest stone is the 805 up there on the right, in carat weight again. I know that's the big look, but it's an 805. We are lower than $1,000 a carat. Now, if you know aquamarines, if you're going, oh, $1,000 a carat, well, what kind of aqua is $1,000 a carat? Actually, it wouldn't be the Sierra Santa Marias. You know why? They're $60,000 a carat. 60,000. That's a huge number. $60,000 a carat. When you see Sierra Santa Marias elsewhere, I'm not the only one that has them. There are some auction houses. They're well-documented auction prices that are something you can validate on your very own by doing a little Google search. You can check it out. Sierra Santa Marias, not every auction price tag is, not every auction catalog is public. Some are. Sierra Santa Marias, 60,000. Retail stores, forget about it. You're not going to find them. They have been extinct for a long time. We're going to blow them out better than 7,000, better than 6,000, better than even, oh no, not even $59.99. We're going even lower than that. This is the giveaway. What a grand finale this is tonight. They're not $59, They're not $55. They're not even $54.99. Sale schmale, we're going to make it even better than a sale price would have been a month ago or over a week ago. This is your better value on the most epic and iconic Sierra Santa Marias we have, and you will not have to pay $54 or $53 or $52, $51. We're going even lower, and again, you choose. Do you want the roval on the left, the beautiful Asher cut in the center, or the traditional bigger look in the oval on the right? Every single one of them under $5,000. Let's make them $4,999 a piece, and there's your big value. I know they're not for everybody, but they are the very tippy top best of what we do. I want to try them on. This is going to be the roval. It's 8329. 8329. I'm going to start there. I would say if you're looking for really wearable in that bigger size, you go here. 968 is the carat weight, and that has those 4 fancy cut diamonds, or rather 2, rather. I'm thinking about the next one. This is going to be that roval with the 2. They're like a half moon meets a trapezoid. Bit of a unique cut there. 30 points total weight, 15 and 15, one on each side. Is that really our clock? Yikes, we got 2.5 minutes. Let me try on the Asher cut for you. Here is the Asher cut. That one's got the 4 bigger baguettes. That'll be item number 112, 9138. 9138, don't worry about the item numbers. Just say if you want the Asher, the roval, or the oval, or just say left, right, center. But here is that beautiful Asher. 1046 is the largest carat weight up there. It's got the 4 big baguettes, 75 points in the diamond weight in total. $49.99, and let me make sure we get that. I wouldn't be surprised if this one is the first to go. That largest size, it looks larger. It's an 805. It's 1128, or rather 3344. Look at that on the hand. I would say maybe even the most shining beacon of color there too. In that traditional oval, where it's got an 8 carat 05 size, carat 31 in diamonds, and that would be also $49.99. And look at the snap and the sparkle out of that stone. Very impressive. We have a final 90 seconds left. If this aqua wheel or finale, or if anything else is still something that's on your mind as we are to wrap up this Wednesday show in the next 85 seconds or so, please give me a call. We are here for you for a couple minutes after we go off the air. If you have any questions on anything, if you want to check on availability, please do that. These aquas, each $49.99, amazing value. And a final minute to go. I want to remind you, we're back to do it again tomorrow night. We hope to see you all here. We would love to have your company tomorrow and Friday night as well. Also, our weekend daytime shows for you. Also, keep that in mind. But again, it is a 5 to 8 o'clock show tomorrow. We hope to see you. That's all Pacific time. That's of course 8 to 11 Eastern. So we look forward to spending some more of our glorious 3 hours together showing you the very best in fine jewelry in the world. And yet, look at that, $49.99 for our best of aquas that are here tonight, all really needing a great home, don't they? They could not get any better in color saturation. They don't get much better in size. Aqua is not a stone that readily comes in those bigger sizes when it comes to that color. So that's something else to keep in mind as we are looking at our biggest and best here at $49.99. Again, we'll be here for a couple minutes after we do go off the air. So even though the show is about to go dark, our phone lines stay open for you. Jot down that phone number so you do know how to reach us. We will be helping you here after we go off the air. If you have anything you're considering for tonight, please pick it up. Those values will go away. And thank you again for joining me. It's been a pleasure being with you tonight. I hope we were able to bring some joy and a smile to everyone tonight in difficult times. So thank you so much. I'm Lauren Blair. We'll see you tomorrow.